at a Webster, at a Lawson. I think these two starts could be pretty telling to see if this rotation could be pretty deep moving forward into this second half of the year.
I think you're 100% right, and I think looking at the Gateway Grizzlies, just numbers overall as an offense, but also versus a lefty is telling. Obviously, Florence going 3 lefties against Gateway this week. That'll be John Gerard, C.J. Blowers, and then Yannicker Villalobos on Thursday to complete the series. Florence is heading into a pretty good, important stretch right now. Obviously, you got the Grizzlies and you got the Thunderbolts this week. Those are 2 teams that you're either competing against or trying to hold off in the other side of the Midwest Conference, the West Division over there. Florence still hanging on to a playoff spot here. So you're playing the Gateway Grizzlies, who are on the tail of the Thunderbolts, and the Thunderbolts that are currently in first place, the West Division. But then you flip around to the next week, and you got to play Gateway 4 times, filling in a doubleheader back from Gateway, that last game that got canceled there. It's a very important stretch for Florence, and they need to be playing their best baseball.
It's an important stretch. You mentioned the smaller picture in the next couple of weeks, which are great. But you also have to think about taking advantage of opportunities. Again, 7 games coming up against Gateway, 3 of those against Windy City this weekend. You also have a lot of games against beatable teams. 3 against Joliet next week in between these Gateway games, and then you're going on the road to 2 teams who are under 500 in the Atlantic Conference. And then you play Lake Erie, which is the first of 9 times you play them in 3 weeks. There's just a lot of winnable games, but also games that can be very important, not only in helping you win a game, but also adding a loss to teams. You need to add losses. If there's a time to play your best baseball, it is absolutely the next 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, you really have a chance to kind of flip up the whole playoff situation in the Midwest Conference. You could bury someone, you could go down, or you could switch up things in the Midwest or the West Division as well. Either way, it's going to be a fun stretch here for the Yalls, but it starts tonight on $2 Tuesday at Thomas More Stadium. John Gerard, the lefty, let's talk a little bit about him. His numbers not going to be displayed of what he showed. Obviously, just the 1 start. 0-1 and a 15.43 ERA. On paper, that's not good. But it was 4 fantastic innings for Gerard, and then just the 5th inning that got away from him where he had 8 runs against him. Probably was just out there for a little too long. Toby Hall didn't have anyone warming up, but 8 runs in the 5th inning, really not indicative of how well he started his professional career.
You were there personally, too, in person. You said he looked really good, and I think that's so telling for someone's first time in getting their first couple of professional starts. Not only, again, weird things happen with those numbers, but just if you could tell that he's locating his fastball really well, he's mixing in an off-speed, that's what looked really good for Gerard through those first 4 innings. His command was great through the first 4. So, again, I think you just continue to build, make that 4 really good innings to try to do 5 really good innings this next time. Maybe Toby Hall learns and has someone ready to go a little earlier this time. Again, manager's getting to know his pitcher for the first time this year.
Yeah.
There's a lot of moving pieces that go into that, and no, this is not the typical feeling I get going into the game where your starting pitcher has a 15 ERA.
No, it certainly is not, but you are going into the other side against who we know is an all-star. Yeah. It's Gage Vales with a 3-2 record here for Vales. He'll enter with a 2.7 ERA. He was phenomenal here at Thomas More Stadium just a week ago in 1 inning pitched, but he's also been great this season for Gateway. Florence has not faced him yet. They've faced him in years past, but this is the first time facing him this season. His last time out on July 9th against Evansville, 6 innings pitched, 7 hits, 3 runs, a walk, and 2 Ks. Season high of 10 Ks and 9 innings pitched back against Schaumburg on June 10th. He was phenomenal there. We know he has everything it takes to go, about 100 pitches in each game. It's can he get to that point here at Thomas More Stadium? We've liked to say teams aren't, if you have a low ERA, that's great until you face the Florence Yalls. The offense, not the best heading into the All-Star break. They've looked a little bit better coming out of it.
They got to Mississippi, and again, it was a time where you have the opportunity to reset your rotation because of the All-Star break. So you faced some of the better Mississippi pitchers the past weekend, and I think it's a big confidence booster. Again, it was more of what we saw in the beginning of that first half of the year where just everybody was hitting. Everybody was getting involved. The biggest thing for me, looks like vintage Hank Zeisler's back after the All-Star break.
Yeah, no, I think he's doing really well. It actually comes at a time where Zade Richardson will pass him for the team high in average, but chasing history here. Yeah. 2 hits away from breaking the all-time hit record for Zeisler, obviously 1 away from tying. Tyler Shaneyville on the other side, he's 2 stolen bases away from the all-time stolen base record, 3 from breaking it. So it is going to be very exciting to watch here. I told Hank today, I was like, you better get it today, because having it happen tomorrow at 10:35 a.m. in front of a bunch of screaming kids probably isn't going to feel the same.
You don't think the kids are going to be excited for
They're
the
not
record?
going to know what's
but
going
they,
on.
Yeah, they might not understand exactly what's happening. I think whatever best helps Florence win in a situation, which obviously would be getting a couple of base hits today. It's not far-fetched. You know, we've seen so many multi-hit games for Zeisler, and obviously that's what you're going to get hitting 335. But it's not just Hank that's been hitting well. Brett Blomquist continues to be Brett Blomquist. The 2026 season has been spectacular. What I'm excited about, and I know we've discussed this a lot of the broadcast, Dylan Baker has 6 of his 9 home runs at Gateway. Florence has already played all their games at Gateway, and only games between those two have happened at Gateway, so we'll see if that was really about playing at their stadium or if he just likes hitting against the Grizzlies.
Yeah, Dylan Baker, certainly a guy that tormented the Grizzlies there in Gateway. I didn't think he would want to leave from his last 2 series. Just 5 games there. He had 6 home runs, pretty incredible, including a 3-home-run game against them just on the first series back in June. Florence against the Grizzlies, 31-28. Y'all's 3 games over 500 on a 4-game win streak. The Grizzlies still playing better baseball, 28-31. They're 3 games below 500, but they've been playing better as of late, trying to stay afoot there in the Midwest West Division, trying to keep up with the Windy City Thunderbolts. Also hot on their tail are the Schaumburg Boomers. Those two are facing each other in Windy City as well. So it's some pretty important matchups today for the Midwest West Division. Florence trying to hold their own against the Grizzlies. They're 4-1 against them on the season. John Gerard looking for his first professional win. Let's take a look at the lineups first for your home team, Florence Y'alls. Leading off, the designated hitter Milo Rushford. Batting second, the second baseman Brett Blomquist. In the 3 slot, the first baseman Hank Zeisler. Batting cleanup, the right fielder Brendan Bobo. In the 5 slot, the third baseman Garrett Broussard. Batting sixth, the left fielder Marcus Brodell. In the 7th slot, the left or center fielder Jackson Tucker. Batting 8th, the shortstop Dylan Baker, and rounding out will be the catcher Zach Beadle. Zach Beadle once again will get the 2-start week here. Obviously with the morning game tomorrow, he won't be starting that, but will once again for the 2nd series in a row draw that 2-start week.
Yeah, and I think that there's just still a little uncertainty about what this exact lineup is going to be moving forward. I feel like their best lineup is obviously not having Zade Richardson in there today is interesting, but I mean, this is a Florence team that doesn't really feel like it matters exactly who is in the lineup or what order they're hitting. They're just going to hit. Garrett Broussard was spectacular in the cleanup spot. In the 2 games he got of the Mississippi Series, he moves back a spot to hit 5th. They move Bobo back up to that cleanup spot. But that bottom half just continues to produce, and I like Brodell and Tucker hitting 6th and 7th.
Yeah, no, I think that's it's a very talented lineup there. And you're right, you know, it's a lot of good players, a lot of good missing pieces. Obviously, Zade Richardson and Tyler Schoenfeld are, 2 big bats on the bench, as well as your all-star and Kyle Harbison. Let's see if Florence will be missing them dearly tonight, or if they're able to keep their own against Gateway and the all-star in Gage Vales. On the other side for Gateway, it'll be a lineup that's definitely different constructed from the last time we saw it. Plus, no Dale Thomas as well for Gateway. He had a very big game against Florence, game 1 there in Sauget, Illinois. Leading things off, the right fielder Victor Castillo. Batting second, the shortstop Tate Wargo. In the 3 slot, the third baseman Bryson Horn. Batting cleanup, the designated hitter Jose Cardoba. Batting 5th, the catcher and all-star Jose Alvarez. In the 6th slot, the first baseman Brendan Orff. In the 7th slot, the second baseman Davey Morgan. Batting 8th, the left fielder Mitchell Sanford. And rounding out will be the former Florence Y'alls center fielder Cole Brandon. Brandon is a tough out at the bottom of the lineup. He's played Florence very well every single time I've seen him. But it's a lineup that does not feature a lot of players over 300, Ben.
No, it's not. And, you're going to get with the way that their stadium is designed, a lot of times you might get lower batting averages, higher home run numbers, and you see decent home run numbers from a couple of guys, but it's still just not the best offense in the league. I think that is spectacular for somebody like John Gerard, who's just trying to find his footing at the professional level to get a chance at home against a lineup like that. And it's not one to be taken lightly. There's some real power at different parts of this lineup. Jose Alvarez hitting 5th. I'm not sure why he hits 5th on this team, but he was an all-star. He's hitting 325, and he did not have the power that we're talking about, but he's one of the few guys that's one of those really consistent contact hitters.
Yeah, and you obviously saw that with a base hit in the All-Star game as well, in his 3 innings caught. But Florence, hopefully they were looking, a good bit at Gage Vales when he was out here at Thomas More Stadium, because he is going to be a tough opponent, and hopefully Florence can come up on the right side of it. The Y'alls are heading out onto the field. We're ready for the national anthem, and so are you guys. Don't go anywhere. More Florence Y'alls baseball coming up on the Frontier League Network, powered by HDN. Lovely, lovely rendition of our national anthem. We're ready for first pitch here at Thomas More Stadium. Florence Y'alls against the Gateway Grizzlies, the series opener of a 3-game series between Gateway and Florence. John Gerard, the left-handed pitcher, on the mound, making his Thomas More Stadium debut. Also, you think it's of any benefit that Gerard's had a good amount of time off since that 8-run 5th inning? Again, he looked phenomenal through the 4 innings. That 8-run 5th inning, he's decently, he's definitely had a lot of time to think about it.
He has. Sometimes it could be a good thing. Sometimes it could be a bad thing. You never know. I'll lean towards the side of it being a good thing, but, sometimes you're a pitcher as talented as Gerard is, and you have that one frustrating inning, and all you want to do is just go back out there as quickly as you can. But he's done a lot of work since that start, so I think he's ready.
The Richmond, Kentucky native, I'm sure he does have some fans in attendance here. A short drive from Richmond over here to Florence, and he gets to debut at Thomas More Stadium wearing those sweet cream jerseys with the flow caps. The Gateway Grizzlies in the baby blues with gray pants and navy caps. Ben, you love these cream jerseys.
I have one. These are my favorite jerseys in the arsenal for Florence. And it's been a while since they've worn them because of how hot it's been, and those are a little heavier uniforms. Finally get a cooler night here in Florence. How about this week? And the highs tomorrow and Thursday are both like 78 degrees. I have just been praying for a week like this.
Yeah. Now maybe get a little nice breeze coming through the press box. That's always nice. We got the fan up and moving again. I know you got it dominating yourself once again, but it's all right.
I haven't moved it, so that's your location.
Well, we had to move it to get it into the press box.
That's a good point.
And someone had to move it out because it was not me, so it was certainly you. Victor Castile, the lefty, will lead things off against the lefty John Gerard. He'll be followed by Tate Wargo and Bryson Horn. 5 lefties in the lineup for Gateway here today. Should be an advantage for Gerard. Let's see how he handles the Gateway Grizzlies. Middle of the rubber from the windup. He kicks and fires the first pitch home. Top of the zone in there for a strike. Right on cue at 6:58. 6 minutes off schedule, Ben.
And we're all over the place these last couple of weeks. We had one ahead of schedule last weekend.
Big swing and a miss there to Castillo. He's up 0-2. Yeah, we had a couple right on time.
We even had a really, really short anthem today.
Yeah, no, I certainly had the over.
And you were certainly wrong.
Yeah. Victor Castillo, the right fielder, hitting .232 with 10 home runs, 29 RBIs. Here's the 0-2. Misses outside. Florence, first time facing Gateway. Not at Arsenal BG Ballpark. Obviously, we know the dimensions over there. A short porch to right field. Florence and Dylan Baker took advantage of that, but I'm sure a lot of those numbers as well for Gateway get a little bit inflated from there as well.
Do you have the numbers on how many of Baker's 6 home runs at Arsenal BG were pulled in opposite wheel?
Only one of them was pulled. Only one of them was pulled. 2-2 fouls it away.
So
a couple of them, like even some of the ones that were opposite field, though, like went 380, you know.
Yeah.
They were no doubt about it. Some of that, one was like 83 off the bat, and, you know, just punched it down there. 2-2, sent into center field. What an at-bat there for Victor Castillo, and a leadoff single for the Grizzlies. Comes back from down 0-2. Gerard didn't always have that put-away pitch in terms of strikeouts, just the 3 Ks for Gerard when he was facing Schaumburg over there. The decision was 4 2/3, 7 innings, or 7 hits, 8 runs, 2 walks, 3 Ks, and a home run. First pitch to Tate Wargo. He bunts it right back to Gerard. Gerard will glove it, throw on to first, and there's a sacrifice bunt from Tate Wargo, moving the runner into scoring position.
Yeah, I mean, this makeup of the Gateway lineup is interesting. They're a team who likes to play small ball a little bit. You just bunted one of the 2 guys in your lineup who's hitting 300. But early in the game, move that runner to scoring position. I get it. They have a lot of trust in this Bryson Horn despite being cold this last month.
Yeah, Bryson Horn hitting .226 with 11 home runs, 41 RBIs. He certainly has provided the pop. They are still missing the big bat of Mark Schallenberger. Last time we faced Gateway, they were looking for a guy to replace it. Horn was in the lineup, but that was not the guy they had brought in to replace it. Here's the 1-0, swing and a miss. Horn has provided the pop, though, leading the team in home runs since the absence of Schallenberger.
Yeah, I mean, that would tie this Florence team as a lead. That's a lot.
That one's punched out towards the left center field gap. That's going to send Tucker on the run. He looks up at the wall, and it's out of here. An opposite field home run from Bryson Horn. Gateway strikes first. They're on top 2-0.
Well, right on cue, I guess.
Yeah. 98 off the bat, 395 on the distance.
Yeah, one of the deepest parts of the ballpark. He has, had that 2-hit day on Sunday to start to heat him up a little bit. One just opposite way. Yeah, Gerard's going to want that one back.
Gateway all-time against Florence is 102 and 89. At Gateway, 55 and 43. At Florence, 47 and 46. Just off the top of my head, I remembered that. First pitch fouled away.
I actually have it one game different than you, I think.
0-1. Missing inside. How do you feel that the first time these teams faced, you weren't even born?
What year do you have?
I think it would have been 2000.
Yeah, I was 4 years from being
Yeah. 1-2 the count. That one misses downstairs at 81. John Gerard out of Hanover College, Division III NCAA, 2023 to 2026. He played all 4 collegiate seasons over there. A 15-13 record, 5 VRA, 43 games, 39 of them starts. piled up 250 and a third innings pitch with 245 Ks to just 82 walks. Here comes the payoff pitch to Cordoba. He skies one down the left field line, but foul and over onto the general store. That'll probably stay up on the roof. You're going to have to go get that one.
I was just going to say that you were going to have to go get that a little bit later.
No, those pile up there, and they all end up at the same drain. Then every now and then when you go up there, you're just like, eh.
Do we have roof access?
We do have roof access. Yeah. It's not a fun ladder. I mean, it's, straight up, straight
down.
High school
football
press
squeeze, box type ladder, yeah.
You got to squeeze through a trap door at the top. That one misses inside. First walk from Gerard. One away and a runner again on first. That'll bring up the all-star and Jose Alvarez. Gerard just speeding up a little bit. It's been a single, sacrifice bunt, 2-run homer, and a walk. Everyone has done a job against Gerard so far.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough thing. Your first professional start, one inning doesn't go your way, and it really blows up in your face, and it's been quite a while since you pitched. In this first inning, there's going to be some nerves.
Pickoff attempt, nothing going. Not to mention the 2 hits were the lefty advantage that he should have had.
Yep.
Neither worked into his favor. Now it's the righty, Jose Alvarez. Saw him here at Thomas More Stadium just a week ago. First pitch, swing and a miss. Alvarez has been having an incredible season, 325 average. No home runs, but 16 RBIs. Not often you see a contact bat catcher.
No. One that swings and misses quite a bit, too. It's just a weird combination.
0-1, sent down the right field line, 0-2.
But, I mean, you can swing and miss as much as you want if you're getting the base hit 32% of the time.
Grizzlies on top 2-0 in the opening frame. A 2-run homer from Bryson Horn. 0-2. This is upstairs. 1-2 the count. Gerard looking for a put-away pitch. Does he have what it takes? Florence, when the opponent scores first at home, is 12-6. 19-15 total on the season. 1-2. Hard hit through the right side of the infield. On the way to second is Cordoba. He's going to turn and burn, looking for 3. Bobo gets the cutoff in. Tag applied at first is in time. They catch Jose Alvarez off the base. He gave a big round around first, and a good cutoff there from Baker, able just to spin and throw on to Zeisler, who made the tag.
Yeah, that's a really good throw for Baker. And Florence very fortunate there. Alvarez, you're not going to see him make mistakes like that a whole lot. But Baker had to make that move pretty quickly and forget about the guy at third. Throw had no chance to get Cordoba. 2
away with a runner just 90 feet away on third. It's the lefty, Brennan Orff. First time seeing Orff. He's hitting .206, 1 home run, 5 RBIs.
This is the bottom of the lineup where you got to start taking advantage a little bit.
Yeah. 1-0, fouls it away. Gateway without a lot of their pop, and they still have a 2-0 lead over Florence. Dale Thomas, their usual everyday third baseman, believe out with a foot injury, and then they had to place on the IL today Sawyer Smith. That's the shortstop that was giving Florence a lot of fits in Sauget, Illinois. There's a sawed-off fastball over towards the shortstop, who's able to make the grab on a looping line is Dylan Baker. 2 runs come across, and Gerard strands a runner at third. Let's see if Florence can even it up in the bottom half of the first when they get their first crack. When we return on the Frontier League Network, powered by HDN. Bottom half of the first inning is always brought to you by Heritage Bank. At Heritage Bank, we believe your money should work as hard as you do. Proudly local, fiercely dependable. That's the Heritage difference. Visit heritagebank.com to stop by a branch near you today. Gage Vales, the all-star, on the mound for the Grizzlies. His first time facing Florence this season. Vales, 3-2 record, a 2.7 ERA. Across 14 games, 8 starts. 1 complete game, 63 1/3 innings pitched, 54 Ks to just 17 walks. It's the lefty Milo Rushford to lead things off against him. First pitch, misses downstairs.
Remember that stat that you brought up at that top of the first inning? Florence at home, 12-6
Yeah.
when the opponent scores first. A big part of that is just their spectacular record at home in the first place.
Here's the 1-0, swing and a miss. Good little addition to our HDN broadcast here. Finally got that Raspberry Pi up and moving. So now you guys can see the TrackMan and iScore stats on our broadcast. Very cool. 1-1, fouls it away, 1-2. Look at that. You get velo on the pitch, then exit velo. You're going to get distance there.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah, we're living a great life here, Ben.
It's 2 different types of Raspberry Pi I love.
1-2, misses downstairs. I cannot say I've had a
never
single
had Raspberry Pi. I just wanted to
in
make the joke.
Oh, good. 2-2 the count. Nobody on, nobody out in the opening frame. Rory Tettemer alongside Ben Hauer. 2-2. Rue runs inside and hits the knee of Rushford. He'll get an express pass over to first. That always brought to you by Airport Paint and Body. When life throws a fastball at your ride, call Airport Paint Body to smooth you out, get you back in the game. Florence with the leadoff base runner. That'll bring up the all-star starting second baseman, Brett Blomquist.
I'm going to get a whole lot of those freebies from Vales.
Yeah.
So you got to take advantage.
Blomquist still on a tremendous pace this season. 339 average, 10 home runs, 39 RBIs. First pitch is in there for a strike. Blomquist had a couple homers at Arsenal BG Ballpark in Sauget, Illinois. How about the .621 slugging percentage? Pretty amazing. Leads the team in on-base, slugging, and OPS.
He's at a special season.
I gotta assume your Rookie of the Year front runner, definitely a top contender.
Yeah.
0-1, fouls it away. I didn't see many rookies on the All-Star team.
The All-Star team, looking around, I don't think I saw a rookie having quite the year that Blomquist is having.
Yeah. 0-2 the count.
Also, do you add a little value with the utility factor? I mean, this guy's played every position in the infield this year and left.
Yeah. He's the 0-2. Skies it foul, stays alive.
He's a utility guy that's played all those positions, but also has a good enough bat that he's DH'd some games this year, too.
And if you want to throw football pads on him, too, he's a
outstanding corner.
Amazing corner, yeah. Defensive Player of the Year in Georgia when he was in high school. Pickoff attempt. They had Rushford leaning, and they get him picked off. Wow. First pickoff from a Gateway pitcher this year. It's the righty against Rushford, who was leaning over at first, and that'll wipe the bases clean. Now 1 away. And an 0-2 count to Blomquist.
There's a lot of things in this inning you think about. You Gage Vales on the mound, and you give him a 2-0 lead before he throws a pitch. Those are mistakes that just can't happen.
Slider misses outside.
Gives you that free pass down to first.
Vales working first base side of the rubber from the windup. The 1-2 bends it away from Blomquist. He lays off. It misses outside. 24-20 there on that slider. That's great patience from Blomquist. 2-2 the count. Out of Atlanta, Georgia. Vales from Marietta, Georgia. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Couldn't lay off that time. Another slider from Vales. He picks up his first K, and it's 2 away with the bases empty.
That slider tailing away from righties is going to be really tough for Florence hitters to see today.
Yeah.
You have Schoenfeld on the bench, too, so you're only going to the 4 lefty lineup. Rushford, Zeisler, Bobo, Brodell.
It's Hank Zeisler on the brink of history, trying to tie the all-time hit record. Sits just 1 away from tying, 2 from breaking. Currently with the record is Ryan Basham. Basham spent time on the team from 2007 to 2009, picking up 322 hits before heading over to the Windy City Bolts and the Joliet Slammers. Over there he had, some pretty good stuff as well. Picked up 94 hits in 2010 and 37 in 2011. 118 hit season in 2009 for Florence.
Wow.
And not just a bunch of singles. 17 homers, 11 homers, 16 homers.
I mean, it sounds very similar to Hank's numbers.
Yeah. He is who Hank had to take down for the RBI record. Right now they're looking at Jose Alvarez at the plate. It's the trainer for Gateway.
It's pointing at his elbow.
Yeah, how about this? They're even going to have him take the tape off. Something on his left arm. So he's just going to stay with the tape off. We will resume play here. 2 away with the bases empty to Hank Zeisler. Not going to play as big a shift as Mississippi was playing against him. They will still have that first and second baseman deep pull side. That one misses outside. Zeisler, the Midwest Conference All-Star starting first baseman. Ended last series 3 for 13, 2 home runs, 7 RBIs. 3 runs scored and 3 Ks. Wasn't like he was getting, a bunch of hits. Obviously, 2 of his hits were home runs, but was doing just, situational baseball. Sacrifice flies, ground outs for RBIs. Really good stuff.
You saw it a lot this weekend.
That one misses downstairs, 3-0 to the captain.
Where he had something. He was going into the Sunday game. He was 2 for 10 with, I think, 5 or 6 RBIs.
Yeah. Comes the 3-0 to Zeisler. Lays off it, misses downstairs. A 4-pitch walk to Hank.
Yeah, and there just is a big difference in this situation right now, and having first and second with just 1 out too, and having some guys like Bobo Broussard come up. That's where that Rushford pickup gets frustrating.
Yeah, certainly a mistake there from Milo Rushford. We'll see if Florence can try and make a 2-out rally here. It's Brendan Bobo. Gage Vales did not want to become a part of a trivia question. Who did Hank Zeisler get his record-tying hit off of? That one misses inside.
Oh, something tells me we'll have a few more opportunities.
Yeah, probably. Bobo with a .279 average, still with 11 home runs to lead the team. 1-0 misses inside. Now 6 balls in a row. Little meeting on the mound. 2-0 the count with 2 away. Florence trailing 2-0, bottom of the first. The opening frame here at Thomas More Stadium.
You just don't see this a whole lot from Vales, this command issue. I mean, the command has gotten a little worse as the season has gone on. He started his first 6 appearances of the season. He walked 2 batters.
Wow. This is his first appearance out of the All-Star break. So had that 1 inning at Thomas More Stadium. Went back to Gateway. Obviously had the 3 games there. And then had to come back to Thomas More Stadium for his next start. But it's been a minute. I mean, it was July 9th.
Yeah.
The 2-0 to Bobo. He skies one high and deep out towards right field. Castillo, warning track to the wall. Lightning strikes. This game's tied at 2. Brendan Bobo, no doubt about it. 108 off the bat, 400 on the distance. A 2-run shot, his 12th of the year. Florence attacks Vales. It's 2-2 in the first.
Boy, that's got to feel good for Brendan, too. It's been a little bit of time since he's had one, and it comes against one of the best pitchers in the league. And there was just no doubt about it either.
Oh, that was a really good one.
One ran a little bit towards the middle of the zone, pull side.
First pitch to Garrett Broussard, runs high and in, backs him off the plate.
Give Gerard a little bit of a second chance too now.
Yeah, brand new ball game. Plus, I don't know if you saw, Ben, I just absolutely dotted up a child in the front row.
I don't want to talk about my throw.
I mean, in the chest, everything you could ask for.
I had my first of the year, my first one unfold. My
Really?
folding has got to get worse.
Is
and worse.
this it on it?
No,
Oh,
it hit. I think it might have hit Banny. It was getting close, but it had unfolded, so it wasn't very late.
1-1. Ooh, that one bottom of the zone in there for a strike. Did connect on TrackMan, 90 miles per hour.
I really do love the new addition to the scorebook. That's.
Oh, it's big time.
Yeah.
It's big time. Here's the 1-2. Misses outside. This game is tied up at 2 in the bottom of the first. What do you know? Florence did get that 2-out round.
Yeah.
Could have been a 3-run homer. We're not going to complain. 2-2 to the All-Star Broussard. Misses outside. You're listening to Frontier League Network on HTN as well as the Florence Y'alls Radio Network. Excited to have you guys on wherever you're tuning into your Y'alls baseball. Florence with 3 at home here against Gateway before 3 on the road this weekend against Windy City. Payoff to GB. Misses downstairs. He'll work a 2-out walk. That is the second walk of the inning and the third free bag from Vales.
Yeah, this is just really uncharacteristic first here from Vales. It's kind of all unfolding on him right now.
Brings up Marcus Brodell, center or the right fielder today. .269 average, 7 home runs, 31 RBIs. That on-base percentage has been extremely good for Brodell in his rookie season.
Yeah, I mean, OPS is the stats a lot of these kids are using nowadays. His OPS is one of the best on the team.
Yeah.
946.
But Ben, you are a kid. So I mean, you
I
should
am a
be
kid,
using
and
that
I
one.
do use OPS, so that's what I'm saying there.
Here is the 0-1. This is outside. 1-0 the count.
But, I mean, he's got the...
I mean, he's right up there with, Blomquist in terms of those numbers. I mean, Blomquist higher average. He's 3 home runs away, a couple RBIs away.
He's got the second best OPS on the team.
Yeah, behind Blomquist. That one misses outside. Yep. Back pick over to first, not in time. Broussard back safely. Me and you have, been kind of campaigning to see how we can get him into the lineup every day.
Yeah.
Just a lot of mouths to feed here in Florence. If we could do a softball lineup, 12 people,
Okay.
I think we'd be pretty good.
I agree. Does that include putting 4 guys in the outfield?
Sure. 2-1 high hopper. Up the middle and through for a base hit. Broussard going to turn and burn on his way to third. He'll be in there safely. Marcus Brodell with a 2-out single. Florence again in business. Runners at the corners and 2 away.
That might be the softest single we've seen from Brodell this year.
96.
And it was still 96 miles an hour off the bat. I mean, he just is killing the baseball right now.
Yeah. Here's your Wendy's double stack batter of the game. It's Jackson Tucker. Tucker's having a great rookie season as well. .312 average, 6 home runs, 28 RBIs. That double stack batter of the game always brought to you by Wendy's. Wendy's delivers high quality food transparently. Grab a juicy double stack today at your local Wendy's. First pitch to Vales. Tucker drills it into left field. Sanford coming in. It's going to one-hop in front of him. An RBI single for Jackson Tucker. Florence takes a 3-2 lead.
That first pitch ambush, too. I mean, just got a pitch he liked to the top of the zone and Didn't try to do too much with it. Boy, that was such a simple swing for Tucker.
Mitchell Sanford didn't even, really rush in.
Yeah, I mean, I think he got to him in a hurry, and he got to do that. It was a pretty good adjustment to make sure that it didn't take a weird hop to get by him.
That was another good toss. Here's Dylan Baker. Baker, that one misses outside, 1-0. Just listening to the Gateway broadcast, they know the name Dylan Baker. Baker's caused a lot of pain for Gateway this season. 6 home runs against them. 1-0 in there for a strike.
6 home runs and a lot of those 42 RBIs, too.
Yes. 6 home runs. He's got 9 on the season. And it was at 5 games. All at Arsenal BG Ballpark. We want to see if it's just the Grizzlies or was it the ballpark. Here's the 1-1. Foul tipped.
Now, I heard that Baker said he'll pay for the team trip to go back out there to play that makeup game 6, just a one-off in Gateway instead of having it here in Florence.
He'll pay everything?
Yeah, the whole team travel.
Wow. The whole team travel?
Don't ask him, and just trust me on that.
Okay, I got you, yeah. Here's the 1-2. Skies it high in the infield. Third base side, Horn in foul territory. He's going to try and find it. Now backpedaling and makes the grab. That one ended up in fair territory and would have been certainly interesting if he did not come up with that. Florence puts across 3, including a 2-run shot from Brendan Bobo and an RBI single from Jackson Tucker. Heading to the top of 2, John Gerard with new life and a lead when we return to the Frontier League Network, powered by HDN.
Today's umpire intro brought to you by Pella Window and Door. If you're looking for a clearer view of every call, gotta trust Pella Window and Door, bringing you replay-worthy clarity and craftsmanship that you can count on. Pella Window and Door, so good even the ump won't miss a thing. Calling balls and strikes, Juan Rodriguez, Miguel De La Cruz at first, and Elliott Brown at third.
John Gerard with new life and a 3-2 lead. Gave up 2 runs in the first. Really only had 1 recorded out. Faced just a little bit of control issues with the 1 walk, but it was 3 hits against him. See what he could do against the 7, 8, 9. Davey Morgan, Mitchell Sanford, and Cole Brannon. 2-0 misses downstairs. Now a 3-0 count for Gerard. Just trying to find a groove here. Florence without their long relief guy today. That'll be Isaac Milburn, but through 4 innings on Sunday. 3-0. Top of the zone in there for a strike.
You know, I was going to mention it in the first inning, and you obviously have no idea. So much can happen in these next few innings. But, you know, a guy who struggles a bit.
That one skied high and deep down the left field line, but foul.
You have one of your younger guys getting a start. That would be nice to have your long relief guy available if you need to make a quick trigger.
Certainly. Davey Morgan with a full count on him. Gerard still looking for his first K. Winds the payoff pitch. Roped foul down the line again. Morgan this season hitting .254, 4 home runs, 17 RBIs. This is the beer batter of the game presented by Party Source. Ground ball, hot shot over to Broussard. Gloves it, throw on to first, is in time. Hank Zeisler catches that right before the ground. Not a scoop.
No.
But a nice 5-3 put away for Broussard.
Yeah, Broussard has gotten so many opportunities since the beginning of the All-Star break. It's so many hard hit balls right at him in Mississippi, or against Mississippi at Florence. And he handled a decent amount of them.
Yeah. Now it's Mitchell Sanford, the lefty. 2 lefties here, 3 lefties in a row. 2 lefties at the bottom of the order, 1 at the top. Ground ball up the middle and past the diving Baker. That's another lefty with a hit against Gerard.
Nice grounder up the middle. Here's the bottom of the lineup, but again, it feels like 7, 8, the 6, 7, 8 is the 7, 8, 9. Orf, Morgan, Sanford. The problem is you get to the 9-hitter and it wraps around with a really talented Cole Brandon.
Yeah, hitting .255, 7 home runs, 31 RBIs. Just a guy that's, a tough out for Florence whenever we play him. That one misses outside. Everyday center fielder for Gateway. Runner on first and 1 away. Florence maybe looking for the old ham and eggs. The 1-0. This is outside. Little lack of control early from Gerard. You get, ahead in these counts. You're not going to keep a lot of these guys honest on all your pitches.
Right.
That's the big importance of first pitch strikes, which he had his last time out in Joliet. 2-0. That one's in there. 2-1. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Off speed downstairs, 3-1. It's again Gerard dancing in the count.
Yeah.
Not a long at bat so far for the rookie.
Well, Gerard's problem so far is he hasn't really found a pitch that he's extremely comfortable with.
Yeah. The season at Hanover, his senior season, 4-4 record, a 4.04 ERA. It was 12 starts, 78 innings pitched. 83 Ks and 20 walks. His 3-1, the runner takes off. It's skied high out towards shallow left field. Brodell is coming in. He makes the grab, retreating back to first, Sanford. Nice pitch there from John Gerard, a fastball, dotting up the outer half. That just off the end of the bat of Brannon. Skies it high. Brings up Victor Castillo. Singled and scored in the first. Top of the order.
See what the second time through does. Sometimes the benefits of struggling in that first inning is the top of the lineup hasn't seen your best stuff because you weren't throwing your best stuff.
Yeah. Fastball misses outside, real close. 1-0 the count.
But second time through the order has been an issue for Florence starters this year.
John Gerard with the Tri-City Chili Peppers of the Coastal Plains League. 2023 to 2025. 1-0 misses downstairs. It's interesting, on his baseball reference, his stats from Hanover disappear for 2026. They don't show up. And then I'm also pretty sure he was with the Chili Peppers this year before we got him.
Wonder if he played any cosmic baseball.
I was going to say it. That would have been the land of cosmic baseball. 2-0 to the lefty. That one misses outside. He's dancing around outside on the lefties.
Well, I can't confirm that I saw him play in Hanover. Program in college. Had a lot of freelance doing some Hanover games. I never did any Hanover games, but I remember, watching some tape of other fellow broadcasters doing some Hanover games.
3-1 the count. Fastball in there for a strike. Runner on first, 2 away. Runner takes off. The 3-1 misses downstairs. 5-pitch walk to Castillo, his second time aboard. Now a runner in scoring position for Gateway.
Again, it's just not really competitive either. We've seen a couple of full count walks. How about this? Haven't seen this a whole lot this year. Zach Westcott goes out to put a mound meeting out there.
I will say his fastball's 85, 86 right now. That's lower than what it was the last time we saw him in Joliet. He was upper 80s for sure. I even want to say he hit 90. So 86, I mean, that is certainly a lot lower than what we've seen.
Yeah. Could be a lot of reasons for that. Not comfortable with his grip. Some arm discomfort. I mean, there's a whole lot of reasons.
Tate Wargo, incredible batting average, 338 this season, has battled a few stints on the IL. He was just activated before this series. No home runs, 3 RBIs. First pitch to him. Misses top of the zone. It was a sacrifice bunt for Wargo his last time up. Has runners on first and second. 2 away, a 3-2 lead for Florence. The top of 2. 1-0. Punches it out towards right field. In comes Bobo. It's hanging up for him. He makes the grab to end the inning. Gateway strands 2 runners on. Florence carries a 3-2 lead and looking to add in the bottom of the second when we return to the Frontier League Network, powered by HDN. Bottom half of the second inning always brings us our Thomas More scoreboard. Always a scoreboard partner, Thomas More University. There you'll be able to take your life and your career as far as you want it to go. Apply or donate today at thomasmore.edu. Florence with a 3-2 lead on our Thomas More scoreboard. Gage Vales back out for another inning of work. He faced 8 yalls in the first inning. Florence is able to put 3 across against him. Stranded 2 on base. It'll be Zach Beadle in the top of the order, Milo Rushford and Brett Blomquist due up in the inning. Just a 1-run lead for the Yalls here in the bottom of the second.
Yeah, Gerard doesn't exactly look the most comfortable he can right now, so offense could really, or the pitching could really use the offense keeping their foot on that gas.
Vales with 2 walks and a hit by pitch in that first inning. Just didn't have his control that the All-Star was used to. Beadle still looking for that first home run. He's got 10 RBIs, 258 average. We made a note on the Fifth West Brewing pregame show. Beadle once again getting the 2-start series. Florence, we know, likes to switch off their catchers. So it will be a 2-start series here for Beadle. We'll see if they go back to Beadle in Windy City on Friday or if they'll, stick with the on-off, on-off. 1-0. Grounded up to the mound. Throw on to first is in time. That took a weird hop.
It did.
Didn't know if they hit the leg or not first. That'll be a 1-3 put away of Zach Beadle back up to the top of the order for Rushford.
Yeah, no argument from either side, so probably not.
Rushford hit by pitches last time up, then was picked off at first. Hitting .282 on the season, 3 homers, 27 RBIs. First pitch to the lefty, misses inside. Gets away from Alvarez. The 1-0 misses outside. 2-0. Misses downstairs, 3-0.
Yeah. Again, Vales, I mean, the most walks that he's thrown in the start this year is 4. He had one against a tough performance against Brockton, where he gave up 5 runs in 4 innings, but only 2 of the runs were earned. I mean, that's what a bad performance is for Vales. The numbers show it, but 4-pitch walk here.
Yeah, 4-pitch walk. That's his 3rd today and 4th free bag. Now it's Brett Blomquist. Struck out his last time, the lone K for Gage Vales. Vales, the most runs he's allowed was 5 back against Brockton. Only 2 of those was earned. 4 earned runs is his season high against New Jersey at New Jersey. By the way, the Jackals are back over 500.
Yeah, they're playing good baseball.
Yeah.
It's a intimidating offense. We saw 3 of them at the All-Star game, I think. It's Stevens, Sosa, and Bellany.
Well, it's extremely impressive considering that 1 week that we saw them, we swept them, and then they got no hit the very next day against Washington and also got swept by the Wild Things.
Yeah.
So they were 0-6 on their Midwest road trip. That one's in there for a strike 1-1 on a nice front door slider. But yeah, they are right back in it. Second place of that East Division, half a game behind New York. New York just got swept. Fastball outside, no good at 89. Jackals 7-3 in their last 10. That is the best outside of Washington, who's 8-2. Runner on first to 1 away. 2-1. Grounds it high, right back over towards the pitcher. He's got to wait for it to fall down. Throw on to first is in time. 1-3 on the put away. A close play, a nice one there from Gage Vales. That does move Rushford into scoring position for the captain, Hank Zeisler.
That's so much more of a difficult play than people think watching at home. Just the fact that you have to wait on that and think about that for a while and pick it up and fire a bullet over to first.
Hank Zeisler looking for the all-time hit record, trying to tie it. Right now stands at 321 hits in his Florence career. 322 would tie the record. I would say the hit record probably the most important one.
Yeah. Home run record's pretty big.
Yeah,
RBIs and runs just a little too reliant on other players.
No, I'd say hits, and then home runs. Walks is. You can have the walks record. The 1-0 misses outside.
Not quite the triple season that he needed to get that, though.
Games played. You know, you hope it happens on the road, I guess. I mean, it's just whenever that first pitch is thrown, he'll be in the lineup. 2-0. If he does it at home, you know, he's going to be at first base. I guess could give a salute to the crowd.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Three 3-0 the count. Zeisler walked and scored his last time up. Here's the 3-0. It's in there for a strike at the bottom of the zone.
So would it be the first pitch thrown in a home game, or would it be the first out recorded?
No, I think it'd be the first pitch because then he'd be in that lineup.
Yeah. But it is an interesting stat. Theoretically, he gets pulled before the end of the at-bat after one pitch.
Yeah, 3-1, ropes it down the first base line, but foul. Almost got it, now a full count.
Do you consider that a game played?
Yeah. If your name's on the lineup card, it's a game played. What they should do is they could sit him that day, and then when they pinch hit him, he comes in as a game played. And then he comes out to a standing ovation, tip of the cap.
Right.
So you can just, you start someone and
you could tell Toby this.
Yeah. That's so he gets the full thing. You could start him, you can pinch hit him in the first inning. 3-2, fouls it away. First inning he comes in, and that way you can see the moment happen. The all-time game play leader. Then you'll be kicking yourself when you're only down to 2.
I think I'm all right playing all 9 with him playing all 9 innings.
There you go. Full count to the captain. Here's the payoff pitch. Skies one out towards left field. It's well hit. Sanford, warning track to the wall. He looks up, tying the all-time hit record. A 2-run homer for the captain. Ryan Basham, you have company. Number 322 in Zeisler's career. And Florence with a 5-2 lead here in the bottom of the second.
You're facing a star pitcher. You need your stars to contribute. And a couple of 2-run shots for Bobo and Hank. And Hank Zeisler in elite company. One more, Hank. And that record is all yours.
Pretty awesome. He has been on a power stroke as well.
Yep.
That is his 3rd home run in his last 3 games. That one misses outside. Now 10 home runs on the season for the captain.
Yeah.
He's one behind the team lead.
Ties Brett.
Yeah. Florence with a 5-2 lead.
Every time somebody gets a little closer to Bobo, though, he does something.
Yeah, it's true. How about the 2 home run picks today? You know, you got Bobo and Hank.
Did you go Hank?
No, I did not. Okay. I went Brodell.
That's right.
Here's the 2-0. Misses downstairs. Those are the guys that, you know, you limit the power on. You can only choose them once in a series.
Who did Corey go? That's the age-old
Corey
question.
went Blomquist. So Zach got back-to-back game. Yeah, he's back on the board. That one's fouled away. 89. He wanted that.
That was a little down to the zone. He had to go down to get it.
Two-run homers last time up. 3-1. In there for a strike, 3-2. Full count, straight up defense for Gateway. Florence with a 5-2 lead. Here's the payoff. Grounder, two-hopper over towards the first baseman, Orf. He'll run it over himself to end the inning. A 2-run shot from the captain. Florence takes a 5-2 lead into the top of the 3rd. It's time for Tettemer Trivia when we return to the Frontier League Network, powered by HDN.
Who's in left?
Top half of the third inning always brought to you by the Roar Agency, located in all 50 states across the nation. Feel the Roar difference, Roar Insurance. Visit us today at roarins.com. Florence with a 5-2 lead over the Gateway Grizzlies. It's the top of the third. John Gerard back out for another inning of work. Bryson Horn, Jose Cordoba, and Jose Alvarez for Gateway. 2-run homer for Horn his last time up. That one's in there for a strike. First pitch strike there for John Gerard. That's one thing that we just have not seen a lot of from him today, and I think that's, if he's able to turn that around, he'll be able to finish out this day a lot better.
Yeah, it's typically pretty telling, especially, I think the lead hopefully can make him a bit more comfortable too, less strenuous.
The 1-1 slider outside. It's also time for our Tettemer trivia. The way it works, I read a question, top half of the third, give you guys the answer in the bottom half. You have the opportunity to play along. Head on over to Twitter. Question is live there, rtettemer9 or Florence_Yalls. Comment your guess in the comment section. I will shout you out here on the broadcast. First to get it wins bragging rights. There's a strikeout for John Gerard as we were throwing the Bop Arrow foam airplanes out. His first K of the day and one away here in the third. Let's get to our Tettemer trivia question of the day. Since James Wood had 10 leadoff homers before the All-Star break, tying the record for the most in MLB history with Bobby Bonds and what other player? Again, James Wood had 10 leadoff homers before the All-Star break, tying the record for the most in Major League Baseball history with Bobby Bonds and what other player? 2023 National League is my hint. 10 leadoff homers before the All-Star break. So that is the most with Bobby Bonds and what other player?
Since 2020.
since 2020. Yeah, we're going away from the 2020 trend now.
2023 National League. Now, that's a pretty large hint, which tells me it's kind of obscure. How many was it, 10?
10. 2-1, squared up into center field. Nice piece there from Jose Cordoba. His first hit of the day, second time on base.
I have a few thoughts. My mind, first thought goes to Ronald Acuna.
First pitch, misses upstairs.
I'm kind of blanking on how many home runs Jonathan India had in his Rookie of the Year season in 23. The thing with India is he was moved to the leadoff spot pretty quickly, but I don't know if it was quickly enough.
Yeah. It's a 1-1 count to Jose Alvarez.
But he started the year in the big leagues.
That one misses upstairs. 2-1. Good crowd on hand here at Thomas More Stadium.
Okay, my problem is I'm thinking too much home runs for a leadoff hitter and not actually leadoff home runs.
2-1 swing and a miss. Back pick over to first. Zeisler just knocks it down to keep it away. He doesn't know where it is. Wow.
Jeez.
Man, that one did not go far either, and Jose Cordoba just takes full advantage. Zeisler never saw it.
It took him a minute, but it got far enough away that just a few seconds of him not knowing where it was, and I think Cordova still gets to second.
Runner on second now in scoring position. Here's the 2-2. Runs inside, almost hits Jose Alvarez, the All-Star. He singled his last time up. Florence with a 3-run lead, being out and hit by the Grizzlies.
John Gerard certainly has the offense backing him up right now. He's got to take advantage of it. Payoff. Squared up out towards center or out towards right field. Bobo coming in. He makes the grab, tagging from second, going to third as Cordoba. Throw comes in, tag applied in time. Brendan Bobo with a bullet from right field into third. Take another look at this one. You'll see Cordoba racing down the line, and there comes that one in. That ends the inning, an unconventional 1-2-3 for John Gerard. We head to the bottom of the third. Get your guesses in for Tettemer Trivia when we return to the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN. Bottom half of the third inning, Florence with a 5-2 lead over the Grizzlies. Take another look at this excellent play from Brendan Bobo, firing a runner out at third. Nice little double play for the Yalls to get out of the top of the third. And an unconventional 1-2-3 for Gerard. Florence with Broussard, Brodell, and Tucker due up here in the third. We're still playing Tettemer Trivia.
All right, so before Brendan Bobo made that spectacular play, the point I was making, Jonathan Indy's a terrible guess. I'm forgetting that it's not home runs by a leadoff hitter, but it's legit leadoff home runs. So there are three things that come to mind. Got to think of big boppers who lead off. And I'm not 100% sure all these guys were leading off at this point, but Ronald Acuna, who I brought up, who I know has had a great 2023 season.
Here's the 1-0, misses inside.
Shohei Ohtani if he was leading off at this point, and then Kyle Schwarber if he was leading off at this point. I feel like it has to be one of those three, NL 2023. And at that point, I'm just guessing.
2-0. High hopper over towards the third baseman, foul territory, 2-1 the count. Broussard walked and scored back in the first. Again, the question was, for anyone who did miss it, James Wood had 10 leadoff homers before the All-Star break. That tied the record for the most in Major League Baseball history with Bobby Bonds and what other player? 2023 National League.
The thing with Shohei is I'm not sure he was leading off. And technically, you don't have to be a leadoff hitter by any means.
Here's the 2-1. Punches it out towards right field. Castillo coming in. Oh, and it's off of his glove. Garrett Broussard. Oh. They'll get an error off of that one, off the glove. That error always brought to you by GP Editing. Don't make that mistake with GP Editing. Call Greg Peterson today at 513-512-0300.
Yeah, Castillo took a little bit of a weirder route, but eventually, by the time he got there, he had fully had his glove on that. He just dropped it.
Yeah, actually, we just went right by his glove on Felt like he was tried to catch it pretty deep, too.
Yeah.
That one misses outside. 1-0 the count to Brodell. Florence with 4 of their runs coming from the long ball. 2 two-run homers, then an RBI single from Jackson Tucker. 5-2 lead here in the bottom of the third. The 1-0 misses outside. You have time to get your guess in for Tettemer Trivia. It's live on Twitter, rtettemer9 and Florence_Yalls.
Was this the Braves? Was this the year the Braves were first in the NL?
Yes, that would be, because Phillies took them down in the NLDS 2023.
They did.
I won't tell you how the NLCS went. The NLDS went well.
Should have, right?
2-0, hard hit over towards the third baseman. Tag set first for 1, off the glove of Wargo. That'll be another error. E6.
Well,
can't really assume.
You can't assume a double play.
Can't assume a double play. It'll just be a fielder's choice.
Yeah. That's just it's just gonna simply be a ground out.
Just be a ground out, 3 unassisted.
But man, I mean, no matter what that goes to the scorebook, anyone watching this game knows that should be 2 outs in the inning here.
Runner on second. 1-0 the count. That one's in there for a strike. So now with 1 away, Ben, you got to get your guess in.
Stay with your gut. I will go with Ronald Acuna.
Ronald Acuna Jr. Florence Y'all's Analytics right there with you. Ronald Acuna Jr., they sent in a GIF of him stealing or picking up a base. I believe that's when he broke the stolen base record there. That one skied into center field. Brandon comes in on it and makes the grab. That was hit on the screws there from Tucker, just right at Brandon for the second out.
Yeah, pretty good contact there for Tucker. Just right at him.
Rich Tettemer, also another guy you spoke about. Kyle Schwarber, he guessed. Carter Cousins said Kyle Schwarber, that's easy. Cam Beatty said Ronald Acuna.
Nobody's saying Shohei?
Well, he said Shohei. Zach Jury said George Springer. Then he said NL, never mind, and didn't give a guess after that. That one's in there for a strike. We do have to get to our answer, so it was Bobby Bonds as one of the answers, and the other one from 2023 National League in the NL West. There's a ground ball, base hit through the right side of the infield. They're going to race around Broussard. Throw coming to the plate. Not in time. An RBI single from Dylan Baker. Florence takes a 6-2 lead.
Dylan Baker just doing more damage against Gateway. Not a home run this time, but just a simple single opposite way. And Broussard was just burning for the plate. For that drop ball at second, really hurts you. Or the fly ball in right.
That will be an unearned run against Gage Vales. Florence with a 6-2 lead. But yeah, our answer was from the NL West. It was Mookie Betts in 2023.
Wow.
He had 10 leadoff homers for the Dodgers. Mookie Betts was your answer for Tettemer Trivia. Swing and a miss there from Beetle.
Stumped everyone today, huh?
Yeah, stumped everyone. Carter eventually got to it, but wasn't his first guess.
Well, who was the one that said it was easy, Kyle Schwarber?
That was Carter, yeah. He said easy.
You don't
Kyle
get another
Schwarber.
guess after you say
No,
it was
I
easy.
told him no, and then he actually fired out 2 guesses. He said Acuna, no wait, Betts, and then I said, yeah, that's it. But yeah, you only get 1 guess. Runner on first, 2 away. 6-2 lead for the Yalls. They've scored in every inning so far.
My 3-game win streak has come to an end.
You know, and I almost gave you like a Cincinnati Reds one to try to get you 4. I could probably will you to 4 if I wanted to. Just get you there.
I mean, yeah, if you just give me easy ones.
Just get you there. Who led off for the Reds last night?
Last night? I don't even know if I can hit Ellie, probably. I think he's leading off
There you
nowadays. I've been a little tuned out last couple weeks.
Who's got 20 homers for the Reds this season?
I wouldn't know if I didn't talk about it on the broadcast.
There you go. The 1-2. Punched out towards left center field. Brandon on the move. He dives, and it's off his glove. Baker is off for the races. He's going to get the wave around third. Coming for the plate without a throw. An RBI double from Zach Beadle. Florence with a 7-2 lead.
How about Zach Beadle contributing everybody for Florence on one of the best pitchers in the league? They are getting to him. That's 2 times through the order now. 7 earned. Man, this offense is right back to that offense we saw halfway through the first part of the season.
It's got to be 7 runs, 5 earned.
Yep.
Both these should be unearned in this inning after the leadoff error from when Broussard was at the plate. That was from Castillo. Back up to the top of the order, it's Milo Rushford, who's been hit by a pitch and walked in today's ball game. Came home to score in the 2nd inning. That one misses inside. 1-0 the count is a 4-pitch walk. Sergeant Bilko just got in, says, sounds like a good score, just joined. Yeah, it's 7-2.
I would say so.
You've missed a good game so far. 2-run homers from Brendan Bobo and Hank Zeisler. Ground ball, first base side and foul, 1-1. Zeisler tied the all-time hit record in Florence franchise history. And we just got 2 more runs in this inning. Look back at second, the 1-1 fouls it away. Ooh, off the mask of the catcher Alvarez. 1-2 the count. Bottom of the 3rd. Tettemer trivia success.
For who?
For me.
For you?
For me. The scoreboard stumper. 1-2. Fouls it away again. Rushford staying alive. There's definitely someone standing tall. Yeah, lefty throwing in the pen for Gateway. That would be Claudio Galva.
And at this point, you're getting the pitch count pretty high for Vales.
Knocked around here in Florence. 6 hits, 7 runs, 5 of them earned. Against the All-Star. Look back at second. The 1-2 to Rushford. Swing and a miss. Blows it by him, top of the zone. Second came for Vales, and he's able to escape the 3rd inning. 2 unearned runs come in across him. 7-2, Florence leads, heading to the 4th. When we return, it's Ben Howler on the mic. Don't go anywhere. More Florence Yalls baseball coming up.
It's the third straight game with a Florence comfortable 5-run lead. Game one of the series against Gateway, 7-2 as we reach the top of the fourth. John Gerard back out to the mound for his fourth inning of work. Gerard has gotten better each inning so far, I would say. 2 earned runs. He has given up 5 base hits. He'll face 6, 7, 8 for Gateway and Brennan Orff to start things off against him. Orff just a 206 batting average, hitting 6 today for Gateway. We mentioned how this is the part of the lineup that feels like 7, 8, 9, with our 9-hitter kind of being a wraparound guy. Easy grounder over to Blomquist and the flip over to first in time. 1 retired, here are the 4th. Yeah, that official line for him so far, 3 innings and a third now of 2 earned run baseball, 5 hits, just 1 walk, just 1 strikeout. The walks part not incredibly telling. A lot of these base hits kind of have happened because he's gotten down 3-0 in counts. High pop up on the first pitch for Davey Morgan, hitting the medium depth left, and a late adjustment for Brodell. 2 quick outs here in the top of the 4th. Now is going to be the first plate appearance for Darrell Lee. We didn't touch on this. He came in to replace Mitchell Sanford over and left. Sanford was on base at the end of that second inning after the flyout to right. After the flyout was caught, we saw him down on the ground between second and third base being attended to by both trainers. That's Sanford. And was pulled for the game immediately after he got back into the dugout. Lee took his place over in left field. He's got no 1 count here. And he'll swing at no 1 pitch, and this is popped up shallow outfield. This time center, and it will be Tucker. How about that? A 6-pitch inning for John Gerard in the top of the 4th. A great response after Florence takes a 5-run lead. Bottom of the 4th coming up. Florence in the driver's seat of the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN. Our first Hooves Hangout pitching change of the game. If you're looking for the perfect spot to relax and open your favorite Pokemon or baseball trading cards, visit former Reds reliever J.J. Hoover at Hooves Hangout today at 405 Washington Street, Suite D in Alexandria. The sole lefty out of the bullpen for Gateway gets the call, and Claudio Galva, sporting a barely sub-10 ERA in 33 2/3 innings pitched this season, and he has 5 decisions too. He is 3-2. Last 3 appearances for him. He's given up just 2 runs. He's had some of his better stuff. Pitched twice against Schaumburg before the breaking, and then once this past weekend against Lake Erie. Well, in that bottom of the second inning, Hank Zeisler found himself tied for the franchise lead in hits all time for the Florence Yalls. He will bat second in this inning and have a chance to break that record. Brett Blomquist will lead things off. He's already making his 3rd plate appearance today, and one of the few Yalls who hasn't gotten on yet. 0 for 2 with the strikeout and a ground out back to first. He's got no 1 count here. Now an even 1-1 count after the fastball runs inside. Numbers tell the story. Jason Gret, the Gateway broadcaster, was telling us too that Galva has just looked a lot better 2 of these last few appearances. Puts Blomquist ahead of this count now. 2 balls and a strike. Since it's the start of an inning, the book is officially closed on Gage Vales, who did not have his best stuff today. 3 innings, 7-run baseball. 5 of those 7 are earned. Chopper to the right side at second. We'll finish that line after this throw to first. And Rory Tettemer takes over for your good friend Hank Zeisler, trying to make some history.
Hidden Hank Zeisler, 7-2 lead for Florence. Zeisler's been on base twice today, a 2-run homer in the second to tie the Florence franchise hit record with Ryan Basham playing with the Florence Freedom 2007 to 2008 and 2009. A hit in this at-bat would give him hit number 323 and the record. First pitch to him. In there for a strike. Lefty-lefty battle. What better way to do it for Zeisler, who's had an incredible season. 335 average entering today. Picked up his 10th homer. 0-2 from Galva. Skies that one out towards left field. Lee on the run. He makes the grab, and you'll have to wait another turn around the lineup, Ben.
Well, that's 2 down early. Zeisler, you thought maybe he had a chance there. But might get a couple more plate appearances, I think, in this game.
Yeah.
It's only the 4th inning. That's already his 3rd, and it'll make him 1 for 2 with a walk. Brendan Bobo, though, will try to avoid being the first 1-2-3 inning for Gateway pitching. That line for Vales we were talking about, 3 innings, 5 earned runs, 7 total runs, gave up 6 hits, and he walked 4. Very uncharacteristic of him. Only the 1 strikeout, too. Florence domination all around against the Gateway All-Star. First pitch to Bobo here is a strike called fastball on the outside part. 12th homer of the year in the first inning for the Florence right fielder. Fights off one, let it get deep, it fouled it down the third base line. So first 3 batters, Galva doing a pretty good chance of getting ahead in counts. Second season for Gateway for Galva. Rounder right over to the first base side. This is an easy play for Orff. How about this? Very quick 1-2-3 innings for both pitchers. Wow. It's a reliever for Gateway. Florence will keep that 5-run lead into the 5th. We're right here on Thomas More Stadium, the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN. John Gerard looking to put another pretty good inning together. Again, this is the point in his first start of the season and his pro career against Joliet a couple of weeks ago that he started to fall apart. It was 4 really clean innings, and then he gave up a total of 8 in the bottom of the 5th against the Slammers. We're in the top of the 5th here And the Florence Yalls have a 7-2 lead over the Gateway Grizzlies. First pitch, called a strike at the top of the zone, 9-1-2. Cole Brannon, Victor Castillo, and Tate Wargo to hit against the southpaw. Fastball just left a touch off the plate here to Brannon. Flied out to left his first time up. Brannon's played some baseball here at Thomas More Stadium a few years ago. Sky one, foul territory. Hank Zeisler chasing right by the Gateway dugout, and he's got it just over that camera well and the first base dugout to record out number 1 of this 5th. Third time through the order now for Gateway. Really good numbers for Gerard 2 times through. 4 to third innings pitched, just 2 earned runs. To give up 5 hits, but just 1 walk. Just the 1 strikeout 2 times through, though, but it was to Bryson Horn, the Gateway 3-hitter. Third time up here for Victor Castillo. Fastball right down the middle of the plate. Castillo on twice today, a single and a walk. 2025 All-Star last season for the Frontier League. Was also named to the end of season All-Frontier League team. He's one of the best outfielders in the league. And he crushes one, but right at Brendan Bobo in right field. He doesn't move, and he gloves it for out number 2. That is now 6 straight retired if you count that double play back in the 3rd inning, and he's done that quickly, too. 2 down, nobody on. Tate Wargo will try to keep this top of the 5th inning alive. Lefty-righty matchup. Slider just a tad in on Wargo. 0 for 2. Rather 0 for 1 today. A sac bunt in the first inning and then flied out to right his second time up. Couple of locations in his collegiate career. Started at Akron, then went to Lewis and Clark to play his final 2 NCAA seasons. He lays down a bunt this time, not a sacrifice. It's picked up, though, by Gerard again, and he will make another play over to first. Second out on a bunt today for Wargo, and boy, oh boy, Gerard is starting to cruise. That's 8 straight retired. Florence stays up 5 halfway home on the Frontier League Network, powered by HDN. Gateway will send Claudio Galva back out to the bump for his 2nd inning of work. 2nd inning out of relief after Gage Vales cannot get out of 4. So 5, 6, 7 for the Alls. Broussard, Brodell, and Tucker to start things off against the Gateway Southpaw. 4 of 6 starting pitchers in this series will be lefties, all lefties for Florence. And then Gateway will throw one out. And the likes of Blake Payton in Thursday's Game 3 of the series. Florence, after a pretty good start, trying to grab a 1-game lead in the series. As Garrett Broussard will hit. 7-2, Florence lead. First pitch, fastball at the letters for a strike to the Florence third baseman.
Ben, seems like we do have a favorable day in the weather for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be as hot of a morning game.
Broussard puts barrel on one deep to center, but playable by Brannon right in front of the track.
Boy, have you got a guy on base yet?
I have not.
Man.
I don't think I have the last 3 games.
No.
That's what it feels like, certainly. Rodell hits. It's all quick, too. I'm not getting many strikeouts. Nothing exciting on either end. It's flyouts, groundouts. And I certainly take
not
that,
like a double play
on John Girard. Nope, no double plays.
Can't do the old ham and eggs.
First pitch low to Brodell. Well, just fair warning, the first time I get it, I might get really excited just because I haven't had one in a while. Might think Florence wins the championship, but this Brodell home run's about to come.
There you go. I was about to say Brodell's about to launch one and put me on the board.
2-0.
Yeah, 2 home run picks today, Hank and Bobo. That was Zach Drury with Hank and yourself with Bobo.
I think Max had Bobo too.
You know what? I don't know if Max just left that on the board from whatever, but
well, we haven't been doing the separate colors, so I think it's hard to tell.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. The orange is the Bobo.
4-pitch walk to Marcus Brodell. All right.
There's your first base runner.
Great plate appearance. Second time he's reached today, single and a walk now. Jax Tucker's really solid contact both of his plate appearances.
Yeah.
First inning RBI single that he flied out to center, just right at Brannon.
Yeah, he squared that up to Brannon too. And Brannon's a very good defender. But that was right on the screws.
Already an error for each side today. And then what would be another error for Gateway without the baseball ruling that can't assume a double play. Dropped ball over at second base. 0-1 count here for Tucker. Fastball away inside. It's been a little bit of time since he's homered here at home. That thrilling walk-off homer in just an absurd game against New Jersey.
A couple of Dodger fans in attendance today, both wearing Dodgers jerseys. Don't see that often around here.
Got to do something about that. Strike call to the outside corner to Tucker.
Right, we should get him a nice Phillies red. I'm sure they'd love that.
Any red. This is generic red.
The Phillies are on top of the Dodgers right now, 1-0.
Okay. So the trade Turner had just an absolute wild card of a game yesterday.
Yeah, I saw that. Did you see the tweet?
Yeah. Grounder through the left side for a base hit. Back-to-back runners on for Florence. Tucker is second hit of the day.
Very nice piece there. He's been on top of it, all the time today. 85, but shoots it right through the 5-hole over there between short and third. That's just another nice piece. First and second, one away.
Seems like he's maybe sacrificed some power last few weeks to really get that on-base percentage and batting average up. He's hitting .320. Not someone that really walks a whole lot. Now, Baker had an RBI single his last time. Florence already leading by 5, just 1 out now. First pitch swinging and a nice play over at third. He'll step on third base, flip to first, and Bryson Horn completes the 5-3 double play to get out of the inning. Boy, what a beauty. A hard contact there for Baker. But Florence still leads by 5. We go to the 6th. We are cruising along on the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN. Top of the 6th from Thomas More Stadium. Both pitchers starting to find a little bit of groove. It's a starter, though, for Florence and John Gerard, a reliever in Claudio Galva for Gateway. Florence got to Gage Vales, the Gateway starter, early. And early in this inning, first pitch ambush out to right field. That'll one hop the wall off the bat of Bryson Horn. He rounds first, got a decent throw over to second, but Horn just barely beats it for a leadoff double. So second extra base hit for Horn today after his 2-run homer in the first. And a man in scoring position to start this top of the 6th for the Grizzlies. That breaks a stretch of 8 straight retired by the Florence lefty. Gerard trying to be the third pitcher since the All-Star break out of 4, as this one's cranked high into left field, deep, and a short chase by Brodell, and it's tailing fair, and it stays fair. Jose Cordoba just absolutely demolishes a ball out to left field to get Gateway within 3. That is Cordoba's second home run of the season. RBIs 4 and 5. It is now 7 for Gateway. Well, it's getting to the point that it was going to be, he's trying to be the third out of 4 pitchers to go 6 innings. That won't happen. I was also trying to get to the point he's trying to be the 4th out of 4 pitchers since the All-Star break for Florence to give up 3 runs or less. That also will not happen with that 2-run home run. And Toby Hall will make a meeting. So I guess I was way premature. I don't know why I said that about the not doing 6 innings. This is not a pitching change. It's just a mound meeting. But there is a righty warming up in the Florence bullpen. So Gerard was cruising. And back-to-back extra base hits, including a home run from Horn and Cordoba. But Gerard will stay in the game with nobody out here in the 6th. Again, it was that 5th inning against Joliet in his first start where he really ran out of gas. Now we'll have to face the All-Star Jose Alvarez. To follow up that bomb. First pitch almost hit him. Alvarez, couple of interesting plate appearances today. He's 1 for 2. He had a single back of the first inning, but then was thrown out after being too far off the first base bag. A nice throw after the cutoff to Dylan Baker. Then he flied into a double play in right. So defense, really good throws on both of Alvarez's plate appearance. He's 1 for 2 though. Fouls one off there, 2-1 count. Catching for Gateway today. One of only 2 Gateway batters hitting over 300 on the season. Break and pitch, can't bite enough inside. Alvarez has spent some time with a couple different MLB organizations, St. Louis and Houston, made it all the way up to AAA, one of my favorite minor league cities, Sugar Land. Had a 5-pitch walk. And Toby Hall will make a move. So Gerard, a great first 5 innings. He runs into some trouble here in the 6th, and the day is done. Will be in line for the win after completing 5 1/3 inning, or 5+ innings, I should say. We'll see who's coming out of the other end of the break on the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN. It's our first Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken pitching change of the game. With a new wing coming into the game, you can pick up the best wings in the tri-state area at Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken. Chase Hopewell will come in a 3-run game with a runner on base, nobody out in the 6th inning, and the rain is starting to come down. He'll face 6, 7, 8 for Gateway. And Brennan Orff being the first batter he will face. Orff 0 for 2 with a pop-up and a ground out to second. Jose Alvarez is the runner over at first. Long wait before the 0-1. Breaking ball way outside for Hopewell, who's working on an 8.87 ERA right now. That's actually come down a little bit in his last few appearances. It's been a while since we have seen him on the mound. Got to go back to July 10th when Florence was at Joliet. Had a scoreless inning and 2/3. Fastball this time inside puts Hopewell down 2-1. But 3 of his last 5 appearances have been scoreless, with the exception of a one-run inning against Washington, 1 earned, 2 total, all the way back on June 27th at home against Evansville. Strikeout in each of his last 3 appearances. 2-1 foul back here from Orff. This is a good spot of the Gateway lineup for Hopewell to come in against, though. Two-two fastball way up and out. Orff just hitting right around that Mendoza line. Played his college ball at Southern Illinois, Edwardsville, first team All-Ohio Valley Conference a few seasons ago. Payoff incoming with a runner on and nobody out. It's low, ball 4. Well, when Hopewell's at his worst, command is what's been his bugaboo. A lot of walks in his first few plate appearances that came right before home runs. Now the game-tying run will come to the plate here in the top of the 6th for Gateway for Davey Morgan, who's also today's beer batter. Always brought to you by Party Source, your one-stop destination for all things celebration. Visit them today at 95 Riviera Drive in Bellevue, Kentucky. Corners come in the infield. Hank Zeisler playing very far in infield turf. Garrett Broussard right around that over on the third base side. Morgan hasn't struck out today, but he has gone 0 for 2 with a ground out and a flyout. Alvarez over at second, Orff at first. Comes back with that curveball, lands it down the middle of the zone at 78 miles an hour to even this count up at a ball and a strike. One of the faster fastballs on this Florence team, Hopewell has. Probably the fastest. He can get it up to 95, 96 miles an hour. That one bounces and gets away from Beadle all the way to the net. Alvarez the third, Orff the second. 2 in scoring position now. Still nobody out in the inning for Hopewell. Start to wonder in a game like this, do you have a shorter leash? Rory brought up a really good point in the break that, you know, when he was warming up and Toby Hall thought he was coming into the game, he thought it was going to be a 5-run game before Gerard gave up the 2-run home run. Two-one pitch, swing and a miss. Fastball at 89 miles an hour, took a lot off of it to land at that top of the zone. And Morgan was still behind it. 2-2 count. Morgan 17 RBIs on the season. Set at his hip, comes home, and Morgan gets a piece to stay alive in the count. Again, you got the Darrell Lee on deck too, the pinch hitter and defensive replacement out in left field for Samford, who is hitting below 200 on the season. Try another 2-ball, 2-strike pitch. And one's outside. The count is now full. Back-to-back guys for Hopewell. Came into this game and walked Orff after Alvarez was the last batter that Gerard faced and was walked. One of the biggest pitches of the game coming up. The payoff. Popped up foul. It'll go out of play. We'll have to do it again. Hopewell brought the heat a little bit again with that 92-mile-an-hour pitch, and he put it in a really good spot, bottom third of the zone. Another full count pitch. Fastball. Just a bit off the plate. That's about as close as it gets. Was maybe a quarter of an inch off on track man. But the bases are now loaded for Gateway. The game-tying run on first, and there is nobody out in the inning. Florence with a 7-4 lead. 3 straight walks for Florence pitching. Again, you have to face 3 batters. Hopewell has to face this next one. Righty already up and warming for Florence in the bullpen, though, out in left field. It's Darrell Lee with the bases loaded and nobody out, getting just his second plate appearance today. Laces a hard grounder down the first base line. Lee, a 171 average, but an 865 OPS. He's over 400 in both OBP and slugging. Don't see that a whole lot. He's down to this count 0-1. And he's going to hit one hard into right field. Bobo coming up, and he keeps it off the ground for the out, and nobody comes around. Boy, Brendan Bobo with a nice catch to keep it up and throw back inside. I was not sure how that was tailing. Would have thought you might see a dive from him, but also his ability to stay on the feet also might save a run. You might see Alvarez come around to score if Bobo goes to the ground. And Hopewell faces his minimum. He faces 3, gets the out he needs to keep the runners put, and that will be it for him. So the second Lee's famous recipe chicken pitching change of the inning. Bases still loaded for Gateway, trailing by 3 on the Frontier League Network. Lee's famous recipe, chicken pitching change. It's our second of the inning already. Third pitcher, Jet Lotus. We'll remind you, with a new wing coming into the game, you can pick up the best wings of the tri-state area at Lee's famous recipe, chicken. Bases loaded, one out, a big spot for Jet Lotus, and Mother Nature is not on his side. It starts pouring before the first pitch he throws, which will end up being low to Cole Brannon, who is not your typical 9-hole guy, but he is 0 for 2 with a flyout and a pop-up. 7-4 is Florence's lead here at the top of the sixth. A little bit of movement on that fastball that lands on the outside corner, so a ball and a strike. Lotus, just the one earned run given up this season. Another fastball. This one's going to hit hard into left field, and Brodell's still going back on it, and he's got it just at the wall at the warning track. Easy score for Alvarez on the sac fly out to left, but boy, that ball kept carrying. Florence fans held their breaths, the few that are still in the stands with the rain, and Lotus gets a huge second out of the inning, but now Gateway is within 2. It's 7-5 here at the top of the sixth.
And with that run, that'll end John Gerard's night. 5 innings pitched, 7 hits, 5 runs, 3 walks, and a K. Really solid between the second, third, fourth, and fifth, where he was just lights out there. Obviously faced the trouble in the first and then here again in the sixth.
Still 2 on top of the lineup now, Victor Castillo with 2 outs. That's that ERA is not going to look pretty after 2 starts for Gerard. But I think that watching with your own eyes, you know that it's a little bit better than the numbers show. 1-0 again, Lotus throws outside. Lotus, another one of the few very welcomed additions to Florence these last few weeks of the bullpen. Coming off of an injury. Fastball now runs inside on Castillo, who's reached twice today. But he was 5.12 ERA out of the bullpen last year for Florence before Tommy John surgery ended his season. Spent some time with the Lexington Legends the year before that. But he's got a 3 balls, no strike count here on Castillo. Get me over pitch right down the middle of the zone. 88-mile-an-hour fastball from Lotus. So you're right. Book close on Gerard. The 2 on base are now tagged to Chase Hopewell. Walked both of them. 3-1 fastball called a strike. Boy, you did not see a happy reaction from the Gateway dugout, and Victor Castillo, the hitter, who will take his time out and go all the way towards the Gateway dugout. Really upset with that call. But a huge payoff pitch incoming. Runners will be off. They're at first and second. Bases or count is full with 2 outs here in the top of the sixth. Gateway and Florence knotted up in hits at 7, in errors at 1, but Florence, the lead in the column that matters, a 7-5 lead. Payoff pitch, low and inside. There is ball 4. The bases are reloaded. So this inning, and we'll include the pitching breaks, a double, a 2-run homer, a walk. That was John Gerard. Pitching change, Hopewell goes walk, fly out to right. Pitching change, Lotus is a sac fly and a walk here, and all 9 will come to the plate for Gateway in the sixth with Tate Wargo, the shortstop, getting the chance. Now with the game-tying run and scoring position. He'll swing first pitch, foul it right towards the Florence dugout. Wargo again, one of the only 2 batters hitting 300 for Gateway in this lineup. For reference, Florence has 4 of them. 0-1 pitch, again behind that fastball. Good movement on that. Seems like a little bit of a cutter there from Lotus. He gets ahead of this count. No balls at 2 strikes. Trying to get that velocity back up to where it was coming off the Tommy John surgery. But he has struck a decent amount of batters off in his first few appearances this year. Can't get the chase from Wargo on the 0-2. Wargo just the 3 RBIs on the season. He's yet to homer, not a huge power guy. It's the speedy, shifty shortstop. Lotus from the third base side of the rubber, still ahead here 1-2. This one's skied to center, and Tucker will settle under it for out number 3. Rain pours down, Gateway picks up 3. We have a ball game as Florence will head to the bottom of the 6th, just up 2 on the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN. Rain is really starting to come down. We are at threat of game being stopped here. Again, Thomas More Stadium's got the turf, so you don't really have to worry about the field, but eventually it rains hard enough to a point that it gets pretty hard to play in. Florence has a 2-run lead here in the bottom of the 6th. They'll go 9-1-2 with Beadle, Rushford, and then Blomquist. Potentially another opportunity for Hank Zeisler to break that all-time Florence hit record. But you could see a great shot there from the camera. Everybody piled in under the awnings behind home plate here.
Yeah, and Zade Richardson has grabbed a bat in the on-deck circle, so he will pinch hit for Milo Rushford. I do got to say that you get to the 6th, you get through the 6th inning, then it's an official game. You wouldn't have to make it up tomorrow.
But you could get like a 30-minute stoppage because I don't think this is supposed to stay around. Again, Florence is leading, and they're hitting in the bottom of the 6th. 2 balls, no strikes to start the inning off for Zach Beadle. Strike on that outside part. No weatherman, though. This forecast seems like today has changed a ton. Beadle ground out to first, and then a hard hit RBI double in the 3rd, and the rain is starting to die down a little bit. That was quick.
Yeah, it's all over the place right now. I mean, we just saw it pouring for like a split second, and now it's really just misting on the field.
Does look like a pretty big gray cloud above us, or a decent amount of gray clouds if it's multiple. Swings at ball 4 on the 3-1 pitch, so count will now run full on the Florence catcher. You're right, Tucker out. I think this is as simple as the DH spot. Lefty, Milo Rushford got the start against the righty Vales. Now the lefty is on the mound, Claudio Galva, for his 3rd inning of work now. Now Jose Alvarez, I think, because it might be too wet, going to go get something from the Gateway dugout as he calls time. Well, I mean, if you're not from the area, it was ugly today. Thunderstorms, tornadoes in the area. Yeah, Jose Alvarez just grabbing a towel, waiting the payoff pitch here to Beadle. We thought that was all over, but you know how those predictions go. Payoff, fouled opposite way down the right field line. So Salva started to put together a pretty good appearance. Hasn't given up a run in his 2+ innings so far. Only base runners are a walk and a single. Got a double play to get out of that last inning. This one's hit on the ground to Wargo at short, and a throw across the diamond for out number 1.
Yeah, Galva's not a guy you want to go up there and, swinging first pitch there. Obviously, Beetle swung at ball 4, but it's a guy that in Gateway, when we were facing him, a lot of walks. You don't let him. He has to come to you. Obviously a 9.89 ERA. Someone you want to tentatively be aggressive against.
Barely raining. I don't know if I'm seeing anything right now.
Yeah, no, I'm not seeing anything coming down.
Richardson will pinch hit for Milo Rushford. Day is done for him. Gets plate appearance in each of the first 3 innings. That's it, though. Didn't put a ball in play today. Hit by pitch, walk, and a strikeout. First pitch, fastball off the plate to Zade Richardson.
It's pretty interesting to see. Florence not usually a team that goes after the lefty-righty, but they do make the switch here.
You have it pretty easy when it's the DH position, too. Rushford typically a starter. We've seen him get starts in all 3 spots of the outfield this season. But he got the nod as the designated hitter today. Fastball left off again.
Yeah, right now it's 2 1/3 from Galva. I got to assume that's one of his best outings of the season. Shutout.
2 balls and a strike here to Richardson. Off the end of the bat and a leaping grab. Morgan waited on it just enough to make the play for out number 2. So 2 retired in order now for Galva. Brett Blomquist is a tough out, though. But he is the only Florence Y'all today to not reach base. Him and Broussard, the only ones. Fastball up. Actually, him and Broussard and Rushford, the only ones without hits. Two pitches, quickly throwing a couple of fastballs. 1 up and 1 out here to him. Strikeout and a couple of groundouts. How about that series he had against Mississippi? He's the player of the game on Friday. Fastball up. Actually, I think that was a Saturday game where he had 4 RBIs and a couple of base hits. Going to get a 4-pitch walk here. You kind of mentioned the walks for.
That's how you do it. Bat glued to the shoulder. Get yourself a 4-pitch walk and give your captain a chance for history. Hank Zeisler with hit number 322, a 2-run homer back in the 2nd inning. Looking for 323. Will he face Galva for it? A meeting on the mound.
He's the only lefty in this bullpen, so you got to think, get the favorable advantage there if you keep him out.
You just go for a plan here. There is a righty warming up. That is Kyle Goodell, the manager for Gateway. Forced a fly out to left field his last time up against Galva.
Yeah, that's couple of righties warming up for Gateway.
So Hank Zeisler will face Galva. Another lefty-lefty battle here. Zeisler 1 for 2 on the day with 2 RBIs, 2 runs scored, a walk as well. He's got Blomquist at first. 2 away in the bottom of the 6th. The Y'alls with a 7-5 lead. That one misses outside. 1-0 the count. Zeisler on the brink of history. Tied for the franchise record in hits. Ground ball up the middle and through for Hank Zeisler. The captain is the new franchise record holder. All-time hits. 323. Congratulations to hitting Hank Zeisler. A ground ball base hit up the middle his historic season continues. Runners first and third and 2 away.
I don't think there's a more Hank Zeisler moment for that, too. A single up the middle just to get the runner in scoring position over to third. And man, oh man, a honor for Hank, who just has become Mr. Florence Y'all over the last few years.
Amazing. The captain with hit number 323 will chase Galva from this ball game. Runners at the corners and 2 away. Hank Zeisler, the epitome of what it means to be a Florence Y'all. Unfortunately, the crowd not, right behind home plate because of that rain.
Yeah.
But history for the captain.
Gateway will go to the pen. This is going to be Andrew Ronnie, who was got the first start after the All-Star break for Gateway. They move him to the bullpen. We'll have more on him for the Hooves Hangout pitching change on the other end of the break. History for Hank on the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN. Hooves Hangout pitching change for Gateway. Looking for the perfect spot to relax and open your favorite Pokemon or baseball trading cards? Visit former Reds reliever J.J. Hoover at Hooves Hangout today at 405 Washington Street, Suite D in Alexandria. They call on Andrew Ronnie, who's moved back to the bullpen after getting a start for Gateway last week. They'll face Brendan Bobo. Runners on the corners and 2 outs in the inning. Another breaking pitch, misses low. Jason Garrett, voice of the Grizzlies, brought up an interesting point that I had not realized yet. All 7 of these Florence runs have come with 2 outs. 2 outs here. Fastball outside. Now 2 balls and a strike. Ronnie is 7.4 ERA so far. 2-1 chopper to the right side. Zeisler waits on it to not get hit by the ball, but still an easy play for Morgan to throw over to Orff. Thorne strands a couple, nothing in the inning, but Hank gets history. The all-time Florence Y'all's hits leader as we go to the 7th. It is still just a 2-run game. Jet Lotus back to the bump on the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN.
Top half of the 7th inning, Florence with a 7-5 lead over the Gateway Grizzlies. Jet Lotus for another inning of work. Andrew Ronnie got the final out of the 6th that ended the line for Claudio Galva. He goes 2 2/3 innings with 2 hits, no runs, 2 walks, and no strikeouts. Lotus stays on here after getting out of a bases-loaded jam, surrendering just a sacrifice fly. Keeps this a 2-run ball game for the Yalls. Now in his first clean inning, it's Brennan Orr, followed by Davey Morgan and Darrell Lee. 6, 7, 8 for Gateway. 1-1. Skied out towards left field. In comes Brodell. He's all over it. Splash into the black leather mitt. Davey Morgan had a walk last inning. He's 0 for 2 with that walk. Was stranded at second to end the inning. Gateway did hit around with this same duo having a big-time appearance in it. Orff and Morgan both with walks. That was 3 walks in a row by Florence pitching, 1 from Gerard and 2 from Hopewell. That one misses outside. That one misses outside. 2-0 the count. 2-0, ooh, looks good inside. Not called, dotting up the zone there. Two 1. Fastball in there for a strike. Sorry, 3-1. Three-one pitch. Popped up in the infield, right side, into that dark cloud above us. Trying to find its Blomquist. He makes the grab. He was holding his hands up. He didn't know where it was. That sky is dark ahead.
Which actually should make it a bit easier to find the ball.
Yeah. Brings up Jose Alvarez, who's 1 for 2 today with a single in the first and a walk and a run scored in the 6th. Off speed misses inside.
Curtis having a pretty good streak getting here on time.
That's good to hear. 1-0. Missing inside again. 2-0.
He will break that streak today.
Oh, I thought you meant he was here. Wow. Yeah, he will break that streak. 2 away with the bases empty. Top of the 7th. The Yalls with a 7-5 lead. 2-0. Fouls it away. Lotus trying to go a complete inning here. You know you want to get things to the 9th for your closer, Aiden McAvoy. Assume, gets through this inning. It sets up an 8th for Will Karsten. That's probably how you draw it up. Wind up the 2-1. Slider misses inside. Doesn't bend too much. Brushes Alvarez off the plate. Lotus has been very good since rejoining Florence. After a battle with Tommy John surgery that ended his 2025 season. Came back in, record time. 3-1. Skies it foul. 3-2 the count. Good thing is, this dark clouds are going away from the stadium.
Yeah.
And it does look pretty clear behind us.
It's at that point where it's hard to distinguish, too, because it's dark outside.
Well, you could just look to the left. Pretty light over there.
I'm just saying the clouds in general.
Oh, yeah. Sideways windup from Lotus. The payoff pitch, fastball, misses outside by a couple inches right there.
He's been around the zone a little bit, and he's missed some of his spots, but I mean, that's what makes Lotus so great. He still finds a way.
Now that'll bring up Brennan Orff. 0 for 2 with a walk. Eight hits for the Yalls, 7 for the Grizzlies. In a tight 7-5 game here in the 7th. First pitch, ground ball right side on the backhand is Zeisler. He'll race it over to end the inning. And a clean inning from Lotus. Gets just the one walk and strands a runner at first. It's stretch time at Thomas More Stadium when we return on the Frontier League Network, powered by HDN. Stretch time here at Thomas More Stadium, always brought to you by the Stretch Lab. Their team of highly trained flexologists will give you a deeper stretch than you can ever achieve on your own. Visit stretchlab.com to find a location near you. Garrett Broussard, Marcus Brodell, and Jackson Tucker will start things off for Florence, looking for their first run since the third. They've been held in check the last 3 innings, partly in part to Claudio Galva, 2 2/3 of scoreless baseball. Still Andrew Ronnie in. He was able to get out of the jam there from Galva to end the 6th. Garrett Broussard 0 for 2 today with 2 runs scored and a walk. First pitch missed downstairs, 1-0. The righty Ronnie, off speed, bends in there for a strike, top of the zone. Did not track on TrackMan. That was missing upstairs. 1-1 the count. Swing and a miss. Broussard just a little behind that 93 on the outer half. It's not what we think it would be. It's not going to be Will Karsten out there warming up. That is a lefty. I'm going to assume that is Jake Lynch. They'll try and go lefty-lefty to end the ball game. Swing and a miss. Broussard once again late at 93. First K of the day for Andrew Ronnie. So it'll be Jake Lynch as the setup man in the 8th, trying to bridge the gap over to Aiden McAvoy. Marcus Brodell is the batter. He's 1 for 2 with a walk. Still waiting on Cowboy Kurt Kramer. Cowboy, better late than never. Old classic Kurt Kramer. First pitch to Brodell. Misses outside. 1-0 the count. Brodell with a 94-mile-per-hour ground ball up the middle for his hit on the day. That one misses outside, is called a strike. Got to assume that's a makeup call. First one was in the zone and called the ball. That one's outside the zone and called a strike. The 1-1 misses outside. 2-1. Got a lot of room up here in the press box now. Took down some of the wires we had, taped them to the ground. It's no longer anything hanging around Ben and I. 2-1. That one's fouled away. 2-2. Definitely opens up our room over here. I can stand and kind of be in the middle of this area. That's great. Wind up, 2-2 pitch to Brodell, misses upstairs. Florence with a 7-5 lead in the bottom of the 7th over Gateway. Y'all's trying to hold off the Grizzlies. Payoff pitch, misses outside. A walk to Marcus Brodell, his second of the day. A one-out base runner for Jackson Tucker. But I was talking about, I got a lot of room over here. I can kind of start walking around in the box. No longer have these wires coming through.
You think you have a lot of room.
You feel good?
I'm not trapped.
Yeah, you feel good over there, huh?
I only can ruin broadcasts with my broadcasting now instead of technologically.
Yeah. Well, that doesn't change. That's
That's what I'm saying.
Always joking. Always joking. Jackson Tucker's had a good day at the plate. 2 for 3. Couple of singles. An RBI single his first time up. Off speed backs him off the plate. 1-0. Still a good crew here. Florence faithful. Braving the rain that's ceased right now. The 1-0. Tucker fouls it straight away. One and one away. Pickoff attempt, nothing going. I think you just got some mentions about hitting 35% of your 1,000 threes.
I did.
And you did that on your off day, right?
I did not.
Ah.
I'm going to do it while you guys are there to watch.
That would be exciting. 1-1. In there for strength.
Ooh. I did, however, play cornhole on my off day.
Played cornhole on your off day?
We had a family cookout. So
Family cookout for the Howler family on a Monday. Drinks? Drinks on a Monday?
responsibly.
Responsibly. Fastball called, strike 3. Dots of the outer half at 92 to sit down. Jackson Tucker, second K of the inning for Ronnie. 2 away. Runner on first now for Dylan Baker.
It's a really good-looking pitch on that outside corner.
Yeah, it is. Sergeant Bilko said hanging tight with the game. Rained here, too. Raining in California.
Guess it's raining everywhere then.
Yeah. Oh, 1-2 Baker in there for a strike. Right down Broadway at 91. Baker is 1 for 3 today. Grounded into a double play his last time up, an RBI single in the third. Came home to score as well. 0-2 the count. Andrew Ronnie has a 7.46 ERA. Florence, again, kind of struggling against opposing bullpens.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look at there's so much their run production since the All-Star break has come in the first few innings.
Yeah. That one's in. Misses outside.
That's another really good call. How about the day? I think, it's been a pretty good day for Juan Rodriguez behind the plate.
I don't think anyone in the opposing dugouts or Florence dugout would agree with you. But
Will they ever, though?
I'm glad you can give him his flowers. 1-2. Swing and a miss out in front of the off speed. Andrew Ronnie strikes out the side, and Florence once again scoreless. Have not scored since the third. Heading to the top of the 8th, clinging to a 7-5 lead. When we return on the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN. Top half of the 8th inning, Jake Lynch is our Lee's famous recipe chicken pitching change with a new wing coming into the game. You could pick up the best wings in the tri-state area. Lee's famous recipe chicken, always fresh, never frozen. Lynch in for Jet Lotus, who finishes with an inning and 2/3. No hits, no runs, 2 walks, and no strikeouts for Lotus. Right now in line for the win would be John Gerard. 5 innings pitched, 7 hits, 5 runs, 3 walks, and a K. He was supported by the offense early when they scored 7 runs across the first 3 innings. They have not scored anything since.
You can do a little bit for your confidence if you get the win column.
Yeah.
Heading into your next start, which would probably be
first pitch to Davey Morgan is a base hit. Tying run coming to the plate immediately against Jake Lynch.
probably be this weekend on Sunday against Windy City to close things out.
Yeah, that's going to be a big game too. Darrell Lee will be the batter.
Penultimate time that take on Windy City until the last series of the season. Some September regular season baseball.
Yeah. Tying run at the plate, it's Darrell Lee. He's 0 for 2 today. Runner on first, nobody out. First pitch in there for a strike. This is where you brought in Jake Lynch for this lefty-lefty battle. He has to succeed here against these next 2 guys, Lee and Brannon, plus Castillo at the top of the order. He's got 3 lefties in a row. Oh, 1. Man, that is in there for a strike. Just needs to be called every day of the week. It's not here. 1-1. Very small lead at first for Morgan. The 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. 88 upper in. That's a dangerous spot. I think it was last series we did not see that pay off.
Well, Morgan just did something that, in small sample size, not a lot of guys have done against Lynch. A 154 batting average against in his first few appearances.
It was that Booker home run. It wasn't Lynch on the mound, but that high and into a lefty is the wheelhouse. 1-2. Slider misses downstairs. 24-33 on the spin rate. Nice looking pitch. Just hung off there from Lee. Get 0 for 2. He came in for Mitchell Sanford. Tell you what, Mitchell Sanford might have been taken out after just jogging on that RBI single we saw early on in the game. Because I never saw an injury with him. 2-2, missing inside. Full count now.
It was actually after he rounded second with a third out of that inning. There was both Patrick McCormick and the Gateway trainer were both out there to look at him.
So it was after
on the
inning?
ground. It was after the inning. Between innings, he was down.
I was going to say, I didn't see a stop play in the game. Payoff pitch. Oof. Runs inside and hits him. Tying run on base. Go-ahead run at the plate. Nightmare situation right now for Florence. Cole Brannon in the top of the order. Coming up for Gateway. Brannon 0 for 2 with a sacrifice fly. Toby Hall going to go out there and try and calm down the lefty. We mentioned it's an interesting situation. Jake Lynch not really been the setup guy so far. Then again, neither has Karsten, but that's what you brought Karsten back for, to be the bridge to Aiden McAvoy. Instead, you see Lynch. They're trying to go with the lefty-lefty battle. First one did not work out for him. A walk to Darrell Lee. Now it's Cole Brannon. Trying to calm him down as Aiden McAvoy starts to get loose, start doing some stretching.
Ground ball here would be huge.
Ground ball, force a double play would be awesome. Brannon has not put the ball on the ground yet this game. 0 for 2 with the sacrifice fly. It is a big-time spot here for Jake Lynch in his rookie season. First pitch, he shows bunt right back in front of home plate. Beetle picks it up. Throw to first is in time. Sacrifice bunt from Brannon that moves the tying run into scoring position.
Great all around.
Yeah,
beautiful bunt there for Brannon. Actually a really good play for Beetle. Nice job by Zeister to get out of the way and for Blomquist to cover.
Yep. Brings up the top of the order and Victor Castillo.
And this is it. This is why Jake Lynch is going to be a big part of this Florence team from the beginning of the year. Obviously had that setback in spring training and the injury.
Castillo's been on base 3 of 4 times. Single at a run scored in the first, plus 2 walks. He's 1 for 2 today. In there for a strike. So a walk and a sac bunt. Technically, the 2 lefties you faced have both done jobs. Infield gonna come in for Florence. Called time at the plate here. 0-1 the count.
Do you like this call? And a 2-run lead?
Infield in?
Yeah.
Probably not. You know, a ground ball is just so hard to field when you're in. You got to be that much quicker on your instincts.
Yeah. And if 1 run scored on a ground ball, you still have the lead.
A 1-run lead, yeah. Ooh. Out of the glove of Beetle, not far enough for anyone to advance.
I have not played 9 years of MLB and managed and coached an indie ball for 5+.
Yeah, no. You got Tate Wargo on deck. He's got 3 RBIs this season. Certainly not a power hitter. Good contact bat, though. 1-1 to Castillo. High hopper over towards the second baseman. Blomquist will field it. Throw on to first is in time. And Blomquist did move back after.
Yep.
So a run comes in. It's 7-6. Florence clinging to life with the tying run just 90 feet away.
There's no chance, though, even if he's playing in, that you ever have a play at home.
No.
It's a moot point.
Tate Wargo will be the batter. 7-6. Florence leads. This is a 7-2 lead that Florence had. Left John Gerard in just a little too long in the 6th. He surrendered 3. We got a ball game. 1-0 the count. Lynch, again, just a big-time spot here. That walk to Darrell Lee is so massive. He's the tying run on third, and now it's 2-0 the count. Fastball missing outside.
You mentioned leaving Gerard in a little too long. He might become a guy, at least until he gets some experience here at the pro level under his belt, that once you get to that 5th or 6th, quick trigger from here on out.
Here's the 2-0. Swing and a miss. Get some chasing on an off-speed downstairs. Nobody warming up in the bullpen for Florence.
Yeah.
McAvoy is getting loose outside the pen, but not throwing. Two-1. Hard hit with tie ball game. RBI single. 7-7.
Just a hard hit from a really good hitter in Wargo. He's hitting .350 for a reason.
Yeah. Jake Lynch blows the lead here. Takes away the decision from Gerard. Bryson Horn coming up to the plate with 2 extra bases, 2 RBIs, a 2-run homer already today, and 2 runs scored. Another big-time spot. Florence offense not doing their job on the other side of the ball. 4 scoreless innings against guys with 9 and 7 ERAs.
It's been a story we've seen a little bit. We've seen these types of games go both ways, too.
Oh, 1. Check swing, misses downstairs. So the lefties against Lynch. A walk, a sac bunt, and an RBI ground out. Horn is another one here. The 1-1 misses upstairs.
Just one of those games that, again, felt out of reach, especially after all 70 runs come in 3 innings.
2-1. Hard hit down the first baseline. Foul.
That scores a run.
Yeah, sigh of relief. That was 106 off the bat. Tattooed from Bryson Horn. Even score sheets. 7 hits, 7 runs, 8 hits, and an error for both ball clubs. Deuce is wild. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Lynch Gets the strikeout, but the damage is done. It's a brand new ball game, tied 7-7 as we head to the bottom of the 8th. Florence back against the wall. Can they do anything with 6 outs to play when we return to the Frontier League Network, powered by HDN? Bottom of the 8th, it's a Hooves Hangout pitching change. Looking for the perfect spot to relax at home with your favorite Pokemon or baseball trading cards. Visit former Reds reliever J.J. Hoover at Hooves Hangout today, 405 Washington Street, Suite D in Alexandria. Matt Hickey on the mound for the Gateway Grizzlies, one of their best relievers, 2-1 with a 3.67 ERA. First pitch from Beetle grounds it slowly to the first base side. 1 pitch, 1 out. Florence with no offense since the 3rd inning. Really haven't done anything. Have squeaked across 2 hits, 1 from Tucker and 1 from Zeisler. That was the record breaker. Other than that, they really missed an opportunity, Ben. I mean, you're talking about guys with 9 ERAs and 7 ERAs that you got shutout baseball against. 4 innings of shutout baseball. Now you're facing one of the best pitchers they have.
You know, it's tough, and it's the approach, I think, is a big part of it. I still just think, 7 runs against a struggling offense is probably a little bit of the bigger story.
Yeah.
I mean, usually you score 7 runs, can't ask for a ton more.
0-1 the count. That one misses outside. Oh, 0-2 the count to Richardson. 0-2 pitch, missing outside. Hickey had 24 games this season.
Alvarez took a hit. Slammed the ball, too, in frustration.
On the road, batters hitting just 196 against them. Righties 222, lefties 211. Hickey played 2 years in the St. Louis Cardinals organization. Advanced to High A Peoria in 2023. Facing a guy from the Cardinals organization, Zade Richardson.
Look at that hand it looks like of Alvarez.
Yeah. Second time he's been looked at today. Florence needs just someone to be that spark.
Well, this is the spot. Top of your lineup, Richardson into the game now. Pinch hit earlier.
Someone needs to start the fire for them. Here's the 1-2. Skies it foul. One-two. Swing and a miss. Blows it by him. 91 on the outer half. First K of the day for Hickey.
Yeah, it's just what it does too when you struggle this much. Once you get to the bullpen, is it's been, 5 innings at this point where you're cold.
Yeah, yeah.
It's very different. It's not a switch that you just magically turn on and off.
First pitch.
Once you go dormant for that long,
Missing outside.
it's hard to work your way back in.
Hickey is just living away to the righties. Opposite field approach. The 1-0 to Blomquist. That one's in there for a strike. Nice two-seamer. One and one the count. 339 average for Blomquist without a hit today. Swing and a miss on the bender. 1-2. It's not a lot of pitches from Hickey in this inning. You probably see him again in the bottom of the ninth.
Yeah, which is not good news for Florence.
No.
Get a couple of favorable righty-lefty matchups.
1-2. This is way outside. Brett Blomquist, the all-star starting second baseman. Hickey stares him down. 2-2. Misses outside a full count. 91 there from the small frame of Matt Hickey.
We talk about, too, that not getting to the bullpen. That happens sometimes, but it's especially extreme when the starter that you got to was Gage Vales.
Yeah, that's true. Payoff. Swing and a miss. Matt Hickey, 1-2-3 with a couple of strikeouts. Florence has 5 Ks in their last 6 outs. Swinging and missing a lot. We head to the top of the ninth. Tie game, 7-7 when we return on the Frontier League Network, powered by HDN. Top of the ninth, a 7-7 ball game. Aiden McAvoy is going to try and keep it that way and give his offense a chance to walk off. McAvoy against Jose Cordoba, Jose Alvarez, and Brandon Orff.
Both teams have a little bit of that middle of the lineup coming up.
Yeah.
Actually,
That's
one away.
That is a phenomenal spot for Gateway to be at. You only got one lefty in there. Cordoba has 2 hits, including a 2-run homer. Your all-star Jose Alvarez has been on base 3 times. And then you get to the bottom of the order, which has produced 2 runs, a couple times on base. McAvoy going to try and contain them. One of the best closers in the Frontier League this season with 15 saves. First pitch, high and deep, out towards left field. Brodell will watch it fly. Wow.
See you later. Jose Cordova hits one to Cincinnati.
Ugh.
That was
Fly-by-night away from here. It's 8-7.
deep drive into left. And first pitch ambush. We talk a lot about closers and non-save situations. It's been a conversation here on the broadcast in different games.
Yeah, not a fun one there. That one was absolutely tattooed. 103, 419 on the distance. Sorry you guys had to hear that call. That was not by us, by the Gateway broadcaster. Oi. 8-7. That's the loudest it's been in the broadcast booth.
Yeah, I think so.
Hard hit over towards Dylan Baker. Throw on to first, off the glove of Zeisler. Florence falling apart in E6 on Dylan Baker.
Tell a little bit with that extra crow hop. I don't know if it was an extra step he took or just trouble getting the ball out of his glove. That a lot of times when you see that, the throw might not be as routine as usual see.
Brandon Orff 0 for 3 with a walk.
And that ball was just pimped.
Yeah.
Huge bat flip.
Cincinnati is the other direction, I believe. Oh, 1. Swing and a miss. 0-2. 8-7 lead for Gateway. They've erased a 7-5 lead from Florence as the offense just went ice cold. 0-2. Hard hit off the glove or over the glove of Dylan Baker. All three have reached. That's a single for Brennan Orff, his first hit of the day.
Yeah, I mean, I just continue to not be a fan. I've already mentioned it of closers in non-save situations. Now, what's hard about this one is he was probably warming before you knew you were tied. And in that case, it's like, all right, he's been your best reliever this year. Put him in that situation.
Nobody out, runners first and second. Now the job for McAvoy, just trying to keep this a one-run ball game. First pitch in there for a strike to Davey Morgan.
It's a tough task, but you get the bottom third.
That's produced all day today. They scored the tying runs in the 8th. Cole Brannon's sacrifice machine. He's picked up 2 sacrifices today.
It just continues to be an issue for Florence.
0-1, missing downstairs. One of the tougher games for Florence this season.
Yeah.
I could tell you the stats, but I don't really want to because it's just going to make you sad. It is. It's going to make you all so sad. Florence this season at home was 17-0, leading after the 8th. Obviously, it was tied there after the 8th. 17-1, leading after the 7th. Now 17-2 if the Y'alls aren't able to come back. Overall, they were 29-3 this season, leading after the 7, and 30-2, leading after the 8. 1-2 misses outside, 2-2 the count. It's been favorable, mostly because of this man, Aiden McAvoy.
Yep.
That's not a blown save. It's just
will not be a blown save,
it's
but
just a loss.
Would be the loss.
Yeah. Hopefully Florence can come back. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Top of the zone. He picks up his first K.
It's huge.
Yeah, that's big. Pumped it at 89. Top of the zone. First out is just oh so important.
I don't need to explain the difference between being down by 1 and being down by more than 1 going to the spot of the ninth.
Definitely not. Definitely not. They will warm up someone else other than Matt Hickey. That might be good news for Florence. I'm going to assume that's Julio Ortiz, who does have some high cheddar. Off speed in there for a strike. Beautifully placed from McAvoy. Julio Ortiz 1-1 with a 3.48 ERA this season. It's another quality pitcher for Gateway warming up. 0-1. Missing downstairs. Good block from Zach Beadle. How about that home run from Cordoba? His second of the day. First pitch from an all-star.
Yeah.
I mean, just deep into the night.
Only his third of the season.
1-1. Misses outside.
RBI's 4, 5, and 6 on the year.
Got to have a small sample size.
Yeah.
Just skyrocketing onto the scene here in Gateway. 2-1 the count to Darrell Lee. Top of the ninth, runners first and second and one away. 2-1, swing and a miss. 82 on the outer half.
13 at-bats coming into the game.
There you go.
So now he's at 17 at-bats, 3 of them home runs.
That's amazing. Two. Off speed called, strike 3. Look at that, beautifully placed bottom of the corner. 84 just dots it up, painted like Picasso. He picks up his second K.
It's prime McAvoy, and we've seen it even though this is not a non-save, or this is a non-save situation. We've seen him, maybe struggle through 1 or 2 batters and then been able to bounce back.
Yeah.
Still one huge out left.
Cole Brannon, a 9 spot today. He's 0 for 2 with 2 sacrifices. Ground ball right side foul. Lefty-lefty battle. What do you like here about a timed pickoff move over at first?
Don't hate it.
They're not going to hold him on. I mean, Orf doesn't even have his eye on Zeisler right now.
Yeah.
0-1, swing and a miss. 0-2 the count.
I think he's starting to pitch his best right now, and you're the biggest advocate against pickoff moves in general.
Well, Florence has been nailing that move. Just look at Evan Webster and Isaac Milburn. They've had great success with that move in particular. Doesn't look like any break-in. Definitely not on 0-2. Runners take off. Ground ball over towards second. Blomquist gloves it. Throw on to first is in time. Not before a run comes across. Back against the wall. Bottom of the ninth we go. Trailing 1 run. It's 8-7 Gateway when we return on the Frontier League Network, powered by HTN. Bottom of the ninth, Julio Ortiz is the Hooves Hangout pitching change for Gateway. Hard-throwing righty. Matt Hickey's final line is done. An inning pitched with 2 Ks. It's still scoreless stuff from a Gateway bullpen that had struggled all season and several times against Florence. Julio Ortiz picked up 1 save this season, but he throws cheddar. 95 just warming up here. 19 games, a 1-1 record, and a 3.48 ERA.
Of note, too, Jose Alvarez no longer in the game for Evansville. It is Otto Jones behind the plate.
How about that? Otto Jones in as the catcher. Hank Zeisler, the captain, trying to start things off. He is 2 for 3 today with a 2-run homer and a walk, 2 runs scored, plus also became the Florence franchise record holder in hits. Otto Jones, the catcher for Jose Alvarez. Saw he was getting a couple appearances from the medical staff here. It does end up leaving the game here in the 9th. Florence trailing 8-7. Couple walk-offs so far this season. Marcus Brodell had that walk-off hit by pitch. 0-1. Misses outside. Jackson Tucker, obviously the walk-off home run back on June 11th against New Jersey. Got to get a runner on first. Here's the 1-1. Bottom of the zone in there for a strike at 94. Dotted up on the bottom of the zone here on TrackMan. 1-2.
It's a tough fastball. Down in the zone, 94, 95.
1-2. Misses outside and gets away. 2-2 the count. Ortiz is just a y'all in disguise. You know, he's a hard-throwing righty. Decent amount of walks. Just a little bit more control. And that's what's led him to a 3.48 ERA than what we saw earlier this season from some relievers. 2-2 fouls it away.
This is the matchup right here. It sets the tone. I mean, you
Yeah.
have Florence's best hitter against Gateway closer.
Yeah, I don't even want to call him a closer
Yeah.
just because he's got 1 save.
He really does only have 1 save. But they use him late in
Yeah,
games in all
yeah.
types of situations.
Certainly a high-end reliever for them. 2-2 to Zeisler. Swing and a miss. Blows it by him at 96. Chased outside. Florence is just being rung up here at the end of this ball game.
Strikeouts, even with, I remember talking to Harrison DeNicola after one of the Mississippi games, still striking out a lot, even when they're having pretty good offensive performances.
Yeah, that's 6 Ks in their last 7 outs when you need it most. The bats have just been Swiss cheese here in the 7th, 8th, and 9th. Struck out on the side in the 7th, 2 Ks in the 8th, 1 already here in the 9th. First pitch misses outside to Brendan Bobo. We mentioned it's just one person has to start it. Put a little pressure on Ortiz. Get somebody on base.
Make him make the mistakes.
Yeah, 1-0, swing and a miss. Bobo shooting for the sky.
He's attacking the zone, though.
That's 96 on the outer half. He's looking for home run number 13. One. Way late. Swing and a miss, 1-2.
It has been a tough look the last 7 or 8 batters for Florence. There's a lot of good things the back half of this Gateway bullpen does.
One and two the count. Ortiz, the 1-2 pitch off speed. This is upstairs. Really good pitch from Ortiz.
It did look really good. That was one of those ones where, you know, balls and strikes were called by the time it touches the catcher's mitt, might be a strike. Fell in there. Crossed a bit high.
Ortiz 2-2. Check swing. Whoa. Call at the plate says he goes around. I'd love to take another look at that.
Yeah, no appeal from Rodriguez.
Not even an appeal.
It's the right call.
Yeah, it is the right call. Another strikeout 7 of their last 8 outs.
That's
Ks.
bad.
That's wild. And it's something, not we've never seen a strikeout thing like this. But Florence, just in total, never has had a 2-strike approach.
Yeah.
They're taking the same swing, and I'm sure that's something from, manager Toby Hall, 9 years in Major League Baseball, why, switch up your swing and your approach, and I get that. Your swings led to your successful season. 1-0.
That's
2
terrible.
inches, 3 inches, way upstairs, not even close.
Couple of baseballs above the zone.
Yeah, that's bad. 1-1. That's not been called today. 1-1, swing and a miss outside. Florence down to their final strike, 1-2. Ortiz trying to strike out the side and complete a Gateway comeback. Unfortunately, you're not going to be able to talk to Zeisler
I know.
if they're not able to come back here. 1-2 to Broussard, swing and a miss. Ortiz, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Sits down the Yalls. Florence is 8 of their last 9 outs, strikeouts.
I really haven't seen anything like it.
No.
I mean, this team, 8 of the last 9 struck out. This team tagged one of the best pitchers in the Frontier League, a Midwest All-Star, for 7 runs in the first 3 innings of this game. He goes, Gage Vales. You start to think maybe this is a tough game to win because you're facing an All-Star. You have a rookie on the mound. You have a 7-2 lead after 3 innings. And your bats just fall asleep. Your bullpen can't get it done. And that's one of the most frustrating losses of the year.
Yeah, no, there's been a lot of weird games, but this one, frustrating is certainly a point. You think 7-2, you're up. Usually you kind of, not coast, but that you should be able to get the win there, and you end up blowing a 5-run lead. Obviously, it ends up falling, unfortunately, on McAvoy. I think there's a lot of things you could have pointed to that led up to the game, and that would have changed this one around, but instead it is a loss for McAvoy. The win will go to Matt Hickey, and the save to Ortiz. McAvoy moves to 1-3 on the season with 15 saves. Ortiz picks up his 2nd save of the season, an 8-7 loss for the Yalls. It's a point of interest as well, and probably a better thought for Florence. Not too long before you got to play again.
No, you have a lot of time, or very little time, I should say,
Yeah.
to forget about this one. We are up bright and early tomorrow morning. A lot of things you want to forget about it, though, but again, the offense, first three innings since the All-Star break has just been outstanding. They got to figure out how to keep it going.
No, it's you go back to those last 2 games against Mississippi. You scored all 6 of your runs in the first 2 innings in both those, and did not do anything really throughout the rest of the game.
Yeah.
Obviously, here against Gateway, you're facing a struggling bullpen guy like Claudio Galva, 2 2/3 shutdown baseball against you. He's got a 9 ERA. Ronnie comes in with a 7 ERA, 1 1/3 of lights out ball. And they went to their back end guys in Hickey and Ortiz, who showed you what they were made of with 2 and 3 Ks in both of them. Florence, like you said, the strikeouts are one thing, but the bats didn't do anything. They got their last hit in the 6th from Hank Zeisler, that record breaker, and then after that, just went cold. So you'll be able to hang on to the fact that Hank's, the all-time hit record, but it's certainly a big series, like we mentioned in the pregame show. Got to come back tomorrow, not only flush everything aside, got to pick up a win.
You do. C.J. Blowers on the mound in a similar situation to Gerard, not in terms of being a rookie, but first start with Florence in Thomas More Stadium or in Florence. Also someone who I think numbers looked a little worse than his last start was. So a lot to forget about. Gateway's got a couple of pretty good starters these next couple of games, though. I mean, it's not going to be easy.
Yeah, it is. It's going to be a fun one. C.J. Blowers here on Circus Night. It'll be the right-handed pitcher, Ben Gregory, 1-1 with a 4.36 ERA for Gateway. 10:35 start. Sorry, not Circus Night, Circus Day. We'll have a magician in attendance. There's going to be a lot of kids. I'm expecting about 2,500 kids. So another one of those morning starts for the Yalls that you guys can watch throughout your workday or listen to throughout your workday. Appreciate you guys tuning in, whether on Frontier League Network, powered by HTN, or the Florence Yalls Radio Network. Not a fun one for the Yalls. They fall 8-7, drop a 7-2 lead late. Hank Zeisler, congratulations again on capturing the Florence franchise all-time hit record, one that will cement him in Florence history. And the Yalls will do it again tomorrow at 10:35. You've been listening to Florence Yalls Baseball on the Frontier League Network. That's Ben Hauer. I've been Rory Tettemer saying so long from Thomas More Stadium, and y'all have a good night.